Check 1 2. Check 1 2. I'm just verifying that the stream is going out on YouTube and it is healthy and there is sound and there is visual, and I think we have everything sorted out. Today we will be having a special episode. This one will be a one-on-one discussion. 24/7's own HelioSkeptic and myself, Jose JG, will be having a one-on-one discussion. A debate. No, it's not a debate. It's just a discussion. One-on-one. We can progress better than when we do a big panel. So, that being said, I hope you all share the show and let's hit the intro. Here we go.
Are you ready? Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Florida to the YouTube universe. This is Jose JG Gonzalez. Happy, thrilled and excited to be here with all of you on this live special festivities. One-on-one, HelioSkeptic versus Jose JG discussion. There's going to be questions and answers back and forth, ideas exchange. We're going to pick each other's brains, and I like the sound of that. Please, boom like or dislike under the stream. Before we begin, you can switch it. If you hit like first, you can switch it for a dislike or vice versa. And there's a way that you can support this platform. So, if you got questions, comments, or concerns, or just want to support, you can hit me up on PayPal or Super Chat. Check on the links in the description box. I will share a link to HelioSkeptic channel, YouTube channel and server as the show progresses. Whenever he jump in here and he shared it with us, I will share it with all of you. So you're gonna find that information in the description box in just a few moments. Please, everybody in the YouTube chat, very important, no personal attacks, no swearing. So if you're thinking you have to type an F-bomb and a very hardcore insult, can you use some kind of asterisks or symbols or little boxes? And that way, you will be given to the Troll Responsibly boss. I am in the Troll Responsibly boss. So everybody, please troll responsibly. No personal attacks. Now, if I see some people, maybe we're gonna get some new people around today. So everybody, you do not have a range. Your name is not blue to time people out. Do not time people out. If you see something really hardcore, really, personal insult or some kind of a threat, yes, time him out and then tag me. Say, hey, Jose, I gave this person a timeout for X or Y reason. I will take care of those people. Hopefully, we don't get any. Hopefully, new people watching are just gonna play nice, be a team player, enjoy, we don't come across a lot of channels where we can exchange ideas and engage and troll each other in a civil manner. So please, please be civil to each other. Be somehow respectful. Is it gonna be trolling? Yes. Is it gonna be a lot of poking fun? Yes. Do not personal attack, no swearing. I had to reiterate that many times. So, that being said, hello YouTube chat. Hello everybody. Thank you for coming in. I'm gonna jump into the Discord server and see if this thing is working. Here we go. HelioSkeptic is already waiting for me in the 1v1 room, and HelioSkeptic is in the house. You want to get a mic check, brother? What's up?
Chickadee check of the microphone 1 check.
Holy hell, yeah, that's loud and clear. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. I still need, while we say hello to each other, 30 seconds to finish setting up what we're going to see in YouTube. In YouTube, we're going to have my YouTube live chat and the Discord server with the icons shown. Yeah.
Which chat room, like internally on the server, which chat room are we going to be watching?
We should,
where people can.
I think we should be hanging out in the Daily Boom. That's like the
Daily
main.
Boom? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, because I want to share your Discord, with our Discord, so that people can come in here and chat with everyone.
Yeah, very cool.
While we're talking.
Yeah, now the people that are new are not going to be able to post anything unless they DM me, and I'll give them posting roles in order for them to read. Or I think I can tweak that. I'm gonna allow new people to be able to read in the chat. So yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, if they have at least the ability to text, that would be cool. I understand not posting like memes or pictures.
Right.
But
I'll do that shortly. But if anybody just join, I'm gonna see the name will be popping in as a new user, and I'll give them roles as I see them in the Daily Boom.
What, can your moderators do it while you're talking to me?
Yeah, I can do that too. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's
Right.
get what's a good is a good link to the server in the video description?
Sorry,
yes.
I don't have any information about that.
Yes.
Sorry, that was my.
I heard that.
That was my freaking Google Mini.
Check on the Discord. I put Discord server, Daily Boom Discord server on the description box. That should be unlimited uses, but make sure that works out. I'm gonna paste it over here on the Daily Boom, and you can you can copy and share.
There we go. Yeah, I'll share that on 24/7 so people.
Yeah. And as you can see right now, there are 3 accounts in here in this 1v1. One is my main computer. That's this one that I'm speaking right now while I'll set it up, flip-flop. So I'm gonna be talking to you with the the Jose JG account.
Excellent. I just came from our from the 24/7. Told them about the show, so I wanted to get a good link to the server so people can come over here and chat in the in this section.
Yeah, man.
And I sent the YouTube link too, so they can they can get involved in the YouTube as well.
Yeah, perfect. And the people on YouTube, don't feel, if you feel naked because you don't have a range. I mean, most of the people are blue, like I give them moderators on YouTube, just so they can feel free to chat and interact. So if you are new and you don't have a range, don't ask for the range. Don't worry about it. I'll keep an eye every once in a while. And if you are playing nice, if you are just normally interacting without personal attack or none of that, you will get a range. Don't worry about it. If you don't get it today, whenever you come back, you'll get it. So we'll be all right, But feel free to type anything and to troll around and have fun a little bit. Just let's try to keep it somehow PG-13. Now, over here, we're going to throw a few F-bombs because I like F-bombing sometimes, but try not to type.
I mean, I can't promise it. It's PG-13 or maybe, R17 or whatever. What was that, when they came up with R17?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
R17. Well, you have to be 18 to hear the F-bomb.
Indeed. How is my sound over here? A little different than the other microphone, but it sounds okay, right? Understandable.
Yeah, it sounds great to me.
Very good.
How's mine?
It's loud and clear, solid.
Excellent.
All right, I'm gonna switch. I'm switching over here because I want to turn on my camera and present to everybody my squeaky earth. I think you have already seen squeaky earth, but we are gonna see it. You should be able to see me and on YouTube. Look, wearing the NASA shirt today. What the hell? Just to troll. This is trolling responsibly. Wearing a NASA shirt. How about that? Holy shit. I love it, man. This complete my day. Hey, shout out to the JG clock. They sent me this. Somebody sent me this via mail. Solid, nice clock. And shout out to the squeaky earth. Headphones warning.
What do you mean by because it squeaks when you turn it?
Yeah, it squeaks. That's a squeaky earth.
Well.
Some people have offered me to WD-40 it, but oh hell no, because this is what gives it personality, the squeak.
This is cool. I didn't know this was the thing. Now I can actually watch you on Discord and on YouTube.
Yeah, very cool.
This is cool. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. I'll leave my camera up for first few minutes, and then I'll try to shut it down, and we'll just talk. HelioSkeptic, you have been around for a little bit. A lot of probably most of the audience already have heard your name around or known you or interacted with you. But if you want to take a few minutes, introduce yourself, tell us maybe when you came in through the to the topic about the Earth, and where can people find you? Where do you interact? What type of stuff do you like talking about? Just tell us a little bit about yourself and take your time. Don't hold back.
All right, cool. So yeah, I came across the topic several years ago. I guess it was late 2015, when all the flat earth videos started coming out, and I was already into, the conspiracy stuff, which a lot of people, even the Globies or whatever, all this kind of, we call them Globies now. This is kind of weird. But when I first came across the topic, of course, I thought it was ridiculous. So I wouldn't even take a look at it. Even people that I was following started talking about it, and I avoided them after that point. But then there was a certain point where I actually did take a look at it. And I was like, man, there's something to this. And if there wasn't something to this channel that you guys are listening to, and the channel that I've created, and the Discord, everything that's come from that wouldn't exist. So but yeah, it's just let me think. Where are we from here? Let's see. That's basically. Yeah, I mean, it's like, people. I don't know. I mean, if you haven't come across me, through these platforms for all these years, I'm not the best speaker. To be honest, it took a long time for me to even open my microphone to talk about anything. I'm believe it or not, I'm kind of shy.
Where do you jump in first to talk to people online about the topic? Was it 24/7 server or?
I'll tell you. No, the first place I jumped in online. This was back, a long time ago. The first place I jumped in was in Red's Rhetoric's freaking Hangout, and then it was a shit show, right? He was like, that was the first time I couldn't even figure out Hangouts. I was trying to figure out how to join and stuff. And then he was like, hey, can we have a one-on-one just like we're having now? And I said, oh, okay, I'll try. And so me and Red's Rhetoric had a 1v1 freaking I think it was about 4 years ago. And that's where I kind of started with it all. You can find his video, that video on his channel now. Still, it was
I
fun.
did. Yeah, he did a lot. I talked to him once, maybe 15 or 20 minutes once a while ago, and he deleted the videos. He used to delete a shitload of videos, man. And I was down because I wanted to clip it and upload it or something, and I just
What?
participated that one day, and then he just never found it again, disappeared.
Oh, you talked to him and he deleted the video.
Yep, yep.
I think mine's still on there. It's got like 5,000 or 6,000 views, something
That's
like
cool.
that. But
That's cool.
yeah, it was fun talking to Red. He's something else.
Yeah, man. He's one of the old schoolers. I say there are like, dude, I had a word. There are like uh eras, like an era of flat earthers. There's the first era, the first wave. There are waves. The first wave was from like 2014, 15, early 16, like the old school. You got the Eric
Right.
Bay, Mark Sargent, Dorji Daka. There was a few, and handful of people. I think probably Soundly and Red Rhetorics, they started like writing the first wave, a handful of them. Then the second wave is where I came in, like early 2017 to early 2018. Then we got the second era, a lot of flat earth debunkers. They came through that. And then we got the third era, is where everybody snuck in via the Beyond the Curve documentary, Behind the Curve or whatever. And that's kind of, never the same from since a bunch of people just came in. Do you feel the same? Like it was a little more pure and a little more like fun back in the day before we get a ton of people coming in from everywhere in the bandwagon.
Yeah. It's much easier to talk about it now. It's like you can walk up to someone and say, "Hey, have you ever talked to anyone about flat Earth before?" They'll be like, "Well, I've heard of it," because it's it's out there now. Back then you couldn't actually do that. It was a weird thing. It was like, wait, you're a flat earther. It was kind of strange.
Earlier,
I mean, it's I'm wondering, like all the people, all the I guess I'll say globies or whatever that argue with us, in chats and everything. It's like, do you go out and talk to people about flat Earth? Like I had a flat Earth meetup last weekend. There were six of us. There were six of us in the restaurant, but the whole restaurant was talking about flat Earth. There's like 100 people in there. They were all talking about flat Earth.
You got their ears,
people come to our table
ears,
and start asking us questions, So anyway, but it's like people hear about it,
Now, because you're more of the old school, right? Flat earthers. Do you don't mind being called a flat earther, or you call yourself a flat earther? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. A lot of people today, they don't like being called flat earthers. What do you think is that? Or are you okay with introducing yourself as a flat earther? And why or why not?
The reason that I like the term flat Earth is because it's triggering. But Earth, in my opinion, Earth is Earth. Always has been, always will be. It's a realm that we exist in. It's a creation. We don't have to say, that the Earth is flat, but it obviously is to everyone that lives here, unless you've been manipulated by media and all kinds of nonsense. You guys know the drill, with the globe propaganda.
I think everybody has, man. I mean, everybody, 100% of the people, somehow we're being, a lot of ideas and visuals have been implanted in everybody's brain because that's what we are born into. Do you think, so what changed that made you specifically a flat earther? Was that something specific, a picture, a video, a phrase, something you read? What was that one thing that you say like, holy shit, I gotta look deeper into this?
The one thing, when I saw the high altitude balloon footage, and then I really thought about what the sun is and how I perceive it from the ground as compared to what you see in this, when you see a camera from the sky and the hot spot on the top of the clouds, that right there, I was like, that really is when I stood up and I was like, oh, I see it now. I see it. Yeah, man, because I was listening. It took me about 2 weeks, like after listening to some flat Earth videos and stuff. But when I saw some of those high altitude balloon footage stuff, I was like, "Oh, I see what they're saying now."
Then I will go through. I went through the phase. They then start looking further and more. And the questions I had, I said like, no, but how about this? And then I found all the flat Earth explanations. Did you get overwhelmed with a lot of flat Earth content and you watch a lot of flat Earth, or were you also looking for the globe? Some things that you didn't understand. I said, you know what? Let me find how is the official story and try to cross-reference to understand it. Or were you just looking into the flat Earth stuff?
No. Of course. Well, all people that are flat earthers, we know more about the globe than most globers do, and that's why we go over the numbers with them when we talk to them. Because I actually knew a good portion of the numbers when I came across flat Earth, like the 93 million miles, 8 minutes, 8 light minutes from Earth, and all this kind of, the planets and everything. I was quite aware of all of that stuff before I decided to start promoting or doing, flat Earth. Or I was like,
Now,
this is a lie.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I learned a lot. Hey, look, hey, do you know? Hey, don't you dare. Do you know? Have you talked to? Hold on, Helio. Have you talked to HelioSkeptic ever? You seen him? Hey, do you know Chaos? He's one of your newer guys over there in the 24/7. He's my neighbor, Chaos.
Oh, really?
What's up, brother? Yeah, Chaos, right here, brother.
You've been talking to him about flat Earth?
Yeah, I've been talking to him about that.
That's so loud, I couldn't take a nap. So I figured
Don't you dare to put that in. I'll jump on you, man. Yeah, he's my actual neighbor.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy, and we have spoken a few times in here. Like 2 days ago, we got heated over here talking. They got in that discussion, but it's fun, man, to see people in the eyes and be able to bump them in the shoulder, like, don't you dare say that. It's fun, man. Like,
oh yeah, it is fun. Just like I said, we had a meetup last weekend, and it was just 6 of us. One guy I've already had several meetups with him. We set that up, and then we had some people from the area come. And one guy, like, there was a whole big group at the, near the bar. One guy just came over and was like, "Hey, I heard you guys are flat earthers." He's like, "Can I sit down?" I was like, "Yeah." So he sat down and started asking questions, so we
right. What I was gonna say, yeah, when you mentioned like, hey, we know more about the globe than the actual globers, and I felt like that for a longer time when I was a flat earther. Not that I knew more about the globe than the globe, or the ballers. I call them the ballers, right? But I learned a lot, bro. I had barely any idea about stuff in the globe. I was a big fan, of space stuff and how the universe works and all this kind of shit. I thought I knew, but then when I start listening to these conversations and talking to people, I really did learn a lot on the scale and the distances and a lot of the physics and stuff like that. So it's interesting to know now. The way I see it right now is, if I knew more when I was a flat earther, if I knew more about the globe than the globers, I would never be a flat earther. So I had a lot of misunderstandings about the globe, and I got a very clear idea now. Even though I still don't understand it completely, it's hard. But I say, if I knew more about the globe when I was a flat earther, I would become a glober easy. What do you think about that? You think today you know more about the globe than the globers? But I'm talking about the globers, not the normies, the regular people in the street. I'm talking about people on the discussion, people that have been in the discussion for a while. Do you think you know more than them or not?
I think I know more about the philosophy of the globe. I think there's, the idea that excuse me, let me cough for a second. The philosophy of the globe is where it comes in. See, me personally, I've never bought into the evolution theory, and I wouldn't call myself a young Earth creationist. Like, people want to put labels on everything, but I never bought into the evolution theory. So it was really kind of, even from a young age, I never bought into evolution. So from a young age, it was just I did still think, and I'm a huge science fiction fan, right? So it was that shit was like, oh yeah, it's globes everywhere, you know. But when I found this, I was like, you know, like I said, when I saw what I saw, the Earth as it presents itself as a level stationary plane, I there's no going back. When you see it, you can't unsee it. You know, if you think the Earth is a globe, you only see that on TV or in math. You know, you have these, you know, these pseudoscientists out there promoting astrophysics and everything. They don't really have an idea what they have these vast arrays of radar telescopes, and they're not going to prove anything about, you know, and they actually admit that they don't know what they're actually looking at. They don't have any idea. So
Yeah, it's interesting. Now, if today, like where I am today, I can argue with any Glover about evolution. I don't have I'm not educated enough to talk about it, but I can question with their where the line of thoughts and where they're coming from. So I can argue with anybody any day because I just don't understand it. I don't want to
yeah,
entertain it.
sure, that's what I mean. If
Same
you
with
look,
same
go
with
ahead.
same with black holes, so the Big Bang and all this kind of shit. I can argue with them and maybe try to make to show him as they just believers of none of this. Like it's all too theoretical, but I mean, I got nothing, no evidence to back me up. I can say a lot of nah, and I might have a point because you know whether they agree or disagree is a lot hanging on belief. But the what I'm really down to earth, I'm really down to the ground, and at least there's a lot of things that we should be able to know and not even bring evolution or the Big Bang and black holes or creation and none of that. Do you agree, or do you think they are all interlocked?
People have been trying to figure this out for centuries and millennia, right? You know, throughout recorded human history, whether or not some of it's true or not, we have been trying to figure this out. Now, whether or not you're gonna look to the sky to figure out the shape of Earth, you know, which I don't consider Earth to be a shape anymore. It's just Earth. It's a realm. We don't have the third rock from the sun just swirling around through the Milky Way galaxy, you know, that kind of stuff. I don't consider that anymore. I think it's a ridiculous idea, and I publicly state it all the time, and that's what flat earthers do too, right? Because Earth isn't flat. Flat's not a shape. It's just our place. Why
How
would anyone consider it otherwise?
how do you visualize it yourself? Or if you want to talk to somebody and somebody say like, you know what, you make a lot of sense, but how will the earth look like as an illustration or visual? Do you got an idea in mind?
Did you say dishwater?
No. How do the earth look like for to yourself as an illustration,
Oh,
illustrated
as an
like
illustration,
as an
like from
illustration?
the outside?
Yeah,
Only God knows that.
yeah. God or the aliens or whoever the
Yeah,
creator,
well,
if
no, the
you want to believe
creator.
in that,
Yeah,
you know.
only the creator knows how this place came to exist. Yes.
Right. Okay. So you think anybody have been far enough of the earth to give us a full picture of it?
No, I seriously doubt it. Like I'm saying, I mean, they put a bunch of cartoons and convinced everyone that theirs is a ball when it's obviously not.
Why do you think I should then ignore or deny all the hundreds, thousands, maybe millions of pictures and videos of the earth from very high up, what we call space? What do you think?
I need some evidence that someone has actually been that high to see the Earth.
I mean, the evidence I think speaks for itself because
Where's the evidence? I mean, show me one picture of Earth from space.
I'll Google one and paste it. Earth from space. We like
no
that.
shit. I can Google it too.
Yeah. But let me find one that I
All right. Give me
have
your
that I
best-
trust. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, give me your best photograph of Earth from space.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. I'm copy image, and I'm pasting it on the Daily Boom. This is 1972 blue marble as Earth from space. What do you think about that picture?
Well, don't you think they would have some decent? Why is there only one from 1972 that you threw up in here of Earth from space? 40 years ago.
No, I showed you one. You asked me for one, so that's
All
kind
right.
of the one that came to my mind first.
Okay, yeah, I know about this one.
So what's wrong with this picture? Why is this not a picture, a photograph of the Earth from up in space?
It could be. I mean, do you trust the people that took it?
I don't distrust it.
If the people that took that picture had some, I mean, this is 40 years ago, bro. If the people that took that picture, don't you think they would have more excellent, I mean, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? Be excellent. Show us some better pictures as we move forward. And this is your best picture of Earth from space from
No.
1972.
This is just one. The
Right,
one that
you're
wanted to
claiming
present.
this is a photograph of
Yes.
Earth.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so
All the
every
data
other-
is there.
every
All the
other
data is there.
photograph, yeah, all the data is there. All right, cool. So that's on the NASA website, correct?
Okay. It's just an image. I'm gonna share another one. This is a random one. Boom. There's this one right here. This one is from. It says Earth from space. Hurricane. Some I don't know. Random website. Whatever.
Hey,
Whatever
Jose-
image.
Jose,
This one
there-
is
there-
real. To you.
There are a lot of people watching. Can you share this where you're posting these images
Yeah.
on the live
Yeah, I
stream?
Yep, I think I can. So I'm gonna share the screen over here, and I will share it to YouTube. It's gonna take me 30 seconds because I gotta share it here and click it on
It's
my
all
main
good. I
computer.
just want everybody to be, to
Perfect.
be looking
I
at
like
what we're looking at on.
I
on
like the
YouTube.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take the microphone for a minute while I finish setting it up. I'll let you know.
Oh shit! You don't want me to take the mic? I promise. Because I might get a little crunk. Anyway, no. But yeah, these images. There's no, like the 1972.
Yeah.
They can't take a photograph of Earth from space in 1972. They only claim to have gone to the moon, bro. That's not even far enough to take a full a photograph of Earth. That's not even far enough away with the size of Earth.
So this one right now, I'm presenting the first one that I shared. This is the 1972 blue marble. So what's wrong or right? Why
I
is
just
this
told
picture
you
not real?
you can't move far enough away to take a full photograph of Earth from space if you're the moon, on the moon or whatever. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, a few thousand miles away from the Earth will give you this image.
No, it won't. No, it won't. Wait. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna address Chucky's freaking is Chuck whatever. Wow. Sorry. No, you won't be able to freaking capture that from a few thousand miles away. No. I absolutely say no.
So no, why? I'll give you all the time
Because-
if you want to tell us why.
Well, bro, let me ask you this. Do you think people landed on the moon?
No.
Okay, but for everyone that does think people landed on the moon,
You off guard with the answer, right?
oh, we both agree on that. Okay, but for people that do believe that they landed on the moon, when you're standing on the moon, and if you look up, which nobody did,
Yeah,
or
but
as far as
can
the
we
thing,
avoid talking about what happened on the moon? Because I don't believe in that, neither do you. So
yeah.
can we
All right,
avoid
so
talking
fine.
about that?
Yeah, we'll move on.
But
Fine.
but a few thousand miles away from the Earth, I don't have to deny that because it's possible.
I disagree. I just don't think you'll be able to capture that image from a few thousand miles away.
All right. So it's kind of you just don't believe it, and that's pretty much it because you don't believe it.
Well, it's because I know how to do math. I just don't think you would see that from like a few thousand miles away. There's
You
only one.
think a few hundred miles? I don't think we'll get a full picture like this, but a few thousand miles, yes. How far do you think one can go to see a visual? Do you got any a broad idea?
Well, let me ask you, Jose. Do you know the circumference of Earth?
The circumference of Earth is being told like
In miles.
24,000 miles. 24,000 miles roughly, yeah.
Yeah, 24,
Rounded it up.
25. Good enough. All right. So, in order to see the entire Earth, how far do you think you would have to be away from it to capture a picture like this? Like
A few
take a
thousand
photo.
miles.
Like if you there's no, you're an astronaut, you're in a spacesuit. It's like I'm gonna take a picture of the entire Earth. I'm out 3,000 miles from Earth in space. I can capture the entire Earth, 24,000, 25,000 miles wide. And you're saying, yes, somebody took this picture of Earth.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No more questions.
All right.
I feel like I'm in a court of law.
It's all good. Hey, I got two quick comments from the YouTube chat. Sean Smith says, "Bro, this thing work? Hey, give me a super chat over there. Thank you, Sean Smith. Appreciate that." I'm Brian Peck, Dr. Brian Peck. I like to call him. He asking, how far do you have to be to get a pic from Earth? You got any rough idea on how far we should be? I say a few thousand miles, but a few thousand miles, I could say, I don't know, 2, 3, 9, 8,000 miles, maybe 10,000 miles. Do you got an idea on how far should it be to get an image of the parameters of the Earth, Helio?
Oh, parameters of Earth? How would you figure out the parameters of Earth? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. As for like Earth as a whole, I mean, like if I want to take a picture of my whole head, I'm gonna be able to take a picture of my face. I cannot see behind my head, but that would be my whole face. I could have a camera.
Are you familiar with cartography? I'm just asking.
No,
People
but
have been
let's get
making
first.
maps for centuries and millennia, where cartographers have different ideas about where land masses are and how you should navigate, from one point to another. This has been going on for centuries. It's not.
Yeah. We can talk about.
Bro. Okay,
We can
cool.
talk about cartography after you. If you got any idea on how far we should be to take a picture of the whole Earth.
Why would I? No, you can't take a picture of the whole Earth. I'm pretty sure I just established that. You can't. You cannot
So
take
if a person
a
is
picture
able,
of the whole Earth. I'm pretty sure I already said that.
so if technology allowed us to build a plane, a ship, a rocket to go really far up, I say in a few thousand miles is all it needed to take a full picture of the Earth
You're
because
going to have to believe
the
in
Earth is
space
here.
to actually do that. So I don't believe that bullshit.
Hey, good segue. Now, space. If you think if you say you know more about the globe than the globers, then how does this work? How are we breathing air down here on the surface of the Earth, and how there is a space up there that a few 100 miles up is almost no air? It's like just some molecules of air hanging out around. How does it work? If you want to
So
explain to us in
so
the globe,
you think
from the globe.
you think they shoot people up into space and they're floating around, due to gravity, like there's satellites and ISS and all that kind of. You think
No,
people are
that's too
floating
many,
around.
too many points, too many points. Let's start this. How in the globe works? How does work in the globe? We're breathing air down here. There's a space up there. How does it work in the globe? You say you know about the globe. Well, I would like to listen to the official explanation, please, if you can.
Dude, I hear that this explanation every single day. They say it just, it's due to gravity, and there's, a variation of air pressure, the mesosphere, all these different sphere ideas about air pressure. Yeah, sure. And then eventually it reaches some type of a pressure where it's, it's like, hey, gravity. It all comes down to gravity, Jose. Come on, bro. You have to prove gravity. Yes, we do know all of these, what they claim about all of the gases are produced on Earth. The gases come from Earth. So, because there's no gases introduced from space. All of the gases are produced on Earth. Of course, there's a freaking differential pressure at altitude. The gases are produced from the ground.
So to recap, we are in a 14.7 psi. We're breathing heavy air. The lower down we go, swimming.
Surface.
Yeah, surface. If we swim down the water really deeper, it gets thicker and thicker, 15, 16,
No,
20 psi.
You can't breathe water like fish.
Exactly,
can.
but there are devices and technology that can measure the air pressure, right?
No, I'm talking about what's on top of the surface of water. But
Yeah. Just as an example, if we get lower than the surface of the earth, like deeper into the water, their technology and these devices allow us to measure the pressure, and it get higher and higher and thicker and thicker.
That's due to weight, not gravity. Well, I mean,
So
people
you
you can call weight gravity if you want to. That's fine.
But then the opposite happens. The higher you go, you climb up the mountain. In top of mountains, it's a little less pressure, not 14.7. It could be 14, and then you get higher on a plane, and you get less, and you get higher in this atmospheric in this high altitude balloon. So it gets lower the pressure. So it only makes sense that the pressure keep going lower and lower and lower until it goes to this 10 to the negative 17, 10 to the minus 17 torr. We should never go to negative. It's always a positive number.
All right. So now you're going to a point here where you're going to say that gravity affects gases, and this is where you're going to get lost, because every single scientific paper on gases don't even involve gravity at all. So
but you keep mentioning gravity.
You're going to lose this argument, bro.
You keep mentioning gravity. I haven't mentioned gravity once yet.
Yeah, I brought it up because I know that you're just like starting around it because but you actually kind of did. I said weight. Sure, we have weight. But you just said that there was a pressure gradient, and these what I said is all of the gases originate from Earth.
Yeah.
Do you disagree with me that all of the gases originate from Earth?
No, they might. I don't disagree. I don't have to disagree with that.
We can't prove it, but as far as what's been studied over hundreds and thousands of years, all of the gases originate from the surface of Earth.
Yeah, but we're going baby steps now. Baby steps is
maybe that's necessary.
Yeah, it is measurable that the higher you go away from the surface of the Earth, the lower the air pressure goes, right? I mean, it's a fact, measurable. I say yes, it's a fact, it's measurable. Thank you, technology, and thank you, advancements of humanity that allow us to measure all this shit. It's a fact. People,
What's
just me,
measurable?
I cannot. That the higher you go from the Earth, away from the Earth, there's a lower pressure, a lower air for you to breathe.
No
amount of air.
shit. We all know that. That's not.
Yeah.
It's not
So
argument.
where does it stop? Where does it stop? Do you have an idea, or where does it stop, or something like that? Because it will keep getting lower the higher you go. That's a fact.
I don't even I don't say. Yes, we all know this. Everyone that lives on Earth knows that when they go at an
What?
extreme elevation, I mean, like
Yeah.
when you fly an airplane, you have to pressurize the cabin so people can have, breathable air. When you're flying at 30,000 feet, 35,000 feet. Yes, of course, we
Yes.
all know that.
Their eyes tell you, "Welcome to the globe, Helio."
Wait a minute. Oh, I mean, do you want to get on airplanes?
Welcome to space. Welcome to outer space, Helio.
Oh my
Because,
God!
but listen, then listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Let's go. Let's go again. So the higher you go, measurable, the air you breathe gets lower and lower. You're gonna need oxygen tanks and all this kind of shit. The
Sure,
higher
if
you go,
you
the lower.
walk up, but if
Yeah.
you go on an airplane, you're gonna have a pressurized cabin, of course. And
Yeah, exactly.
okay, cool.
That's a fact.
So I mean,
Yeah,
you're
we
gonna
don't disagree
fly.
with that. We don't
Isn't it?
disagree.
Wait. Well, I mean, if you condition yourself to actually breathe less oxygen, I mean, a lot of people can climb Mount Everest. Or not a
Yes.
lot of
Good.
people. A few people
Animals.
can climb Mount Everest and
They're
don't need
machines,
an
bro.
oxygen tank.
I know, those are beasts, bro.
Yeah,
Those are the different breed, bro.
that's a hard motherfucker. But anyway,
The different breed of humans, bro.
yeah.
They're tough. No,
But most people, when
that's the
they
thing,
go to 35,000 feet, they need, to be in a pressurized cabin, traveling from one part of Earth to the other part of Earth. Right? Do airplanes travel in a straight line, or do they fly over a curve?
Let's wrap it. Let's give it one more minute to wrap up this higher you go, the lower the pressure. So we can jump to another topic, please. Now, I'll let you just
Yeah,
start.
because it's kind of ridiculous. All the gases originate from Earth, so that's just
perfect. So now, is there a point that you think that it will stop and it will divide like somehow space with the Earth? Because this is, and hear me out. So heavy air we breathe, the higher we go, the lower the air it is. Like a fade. I'm gonna shave the bottom of all my ears. Shave.
The
no
reason
air.
is
Listen to me, Helio. Let me try to finish one.
It's
But let me try
chemistry,
to finish one
not
point.
gravity. It's
The audience
chemistry,
can
not
understand.
gravity.
Let me
I
try
don't
to
want to
get to the
fucking
end.
go into the chemistry shit.
But let me try to speak so the audience can hear my point of view. Very abstract, very rustic, because I don't have any sciencey stuff to talk. Give me 30 seconds, please. The higher we go, the lower the air gets. The higher we go, the lower the air gets. We go to 3, 2, 1. Point something. We get to the 10 to the minus 17 torque. We can go thousands of miles away from the Earth. There's a few molecules in there. If you keep getting closer to Earth, a few hundred miles, and then a few dozen miles down, you start getting the higher pressure until we're breathing air out here. My point is, we don't need any type of container, anything, to have the air we breathe down here versus the space we got out there where all these satellites and all this stuff is going. That's my point. I wanted to wrap it up that way. All right, I got 2 quick comments to read over here, and then you'll get the next one. All right, Larry Scott. Thank you, Larry Scott. Geostationary satellites are 22,000 miles high, he said. We can maybe talk about satellites if you want to, but later I want to allow you to talk. You wanted to talk about planes.
I don't want to talk about satellites in this conversation.
No. We'll talk about planes after this point. Doofus Manfred, thank you, Doofus. Pressure in atmo proportional to weight of the air above. Thank you very much, Doofus Manfred, for that comment. And Sean Hawkins. Thank you, Sean Hawkins. Appreciate it, brother. But gas doesn't go down, go boom, boom, right? It always goes up, right? Then why isn't it higher pressure the further we go up? That's a good kind of question. So if the gas just go up, why don't we have a higher
It
pressure when we
doesn't.
go up?
That's not the description of gases. If you look at the scientific description of a gas, it always expands. Each individual gas will expand until it's limited from some other container or a force, not a force. I mean, it could be a force, I guess. If you turn on a fan, right? I mean, that'd be a force that you can manipulate gases using a fan, right? We do that every day. I use a fan at work every single day.
Like if I got a magnet like hovering, one of these little magnet toys that is kind of, you see it floating, and if I turn on a fan in front of it, that little the magnet in the top is going to blow away. That what you mean? Like visuals, I like visuals.
That's not what I mean at all. Every single gas, air molecules, which are gas, right? They can be manipulated through induction, whatever. You turn on a fan, like with the gas molecules. There's oxygen, nitrogen, everything in our. It's the reason we exist, because if without oxygen we wouldn't exist, right? Nitrogen, same thing.
So the
What I'm
gas
saying is
originate.
the gas molecules don't freaking they don't utilize themselves independently. They come from Earth. They
dissipate. They just dissipate.
they don't dissipate. They always exist. They come from Earth. It's a closed system. We actually live in a designed closed system. This is the way that the Creator made this. So here's the idea. It's like people will say, hey, 4.5 billion years ago, something smashed into Earth and created the moon. They have no evidence for this, but a lot of these people believe it. It's weird, man. It's like, but we have Earth right here, right in front of our eyes, and we can study it. You can make shit up all day about pseudoscience. It's like they created a religion of pseudoscience around, this third rock from the sun spinning around and just rocketing through the Milky Way galaxy. It's freaking insane. Yes, I invoke a creator because you can't have creation without a creator. I'm responding to Solaris in the chat. Go ahead.
So when you say it's a closed system, do you mean as for something is covering Earth as a firmament down?
It might as well be. I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, people often will ask us, well, where's the edge, right? Well, I haven't been there. We have some stories about, Admiral Byrd. You've heard those, right? He hasn't.
Yeah.
He tried to go there. He gave his testimony about like using airplanes and trying to get, to another part of Antarctica. He even said that, hey, I found another place that was as vast as North America.
What did that have to do?
But to be honest, though, he was in the Navy. I don't trust the government, so I think he was probably full of shit.
What did that have to do with a cover on the Earth that you say we're in a closed system? Is that close like a lead to the Earth or something?
It's the necessary antecedent to gas pressure. We have pressure. Whether or not there's a pressure differential from the ground to higher atmosphere with up to 60,000 feet, there's still air pressure. It's still air pressure. So why? All right. So What is the necessary antecedent for gas pressure? The definition. You can look it up right now.
Yeah, but what does that
It's
have
the
to do
it's the
with
force
a
exerted
container?
on the walls of its container. Yes, you already know this.
Right. Okay.
All right,
So we're
so-
talking planetary scale. We're talking about the Earth here.
I don't talk
or
about
a
planets
small
because I
Earth?
don't think they exist that way.
Why don't you, man? It's just reality.
I used to. I did. I used to believe that you could like take a spaceship and fly to Mars and all that. I think it's bullshit.
All
I
right.
already told you why I think it's bullshit. So
So in the first point we talk about the picture, and the conclusion was you just don't believe because you think it's bullshit. Now about the gas pressure, and you believing in the dome.
no.
is
Let me
because it's
put the
bullshit.
question back on you. Why do you believe that it's real?
I don't believe it is measurable because people
Wait. Why do you believe that people can fly in space? You said you don't believe people went to the moon, but you still believe that people can go to Mars if they had a good enough spaceship.
people can go a few thousand miles away from the Earth because it's evidenced out there everywhere.
Where's the evidence?
And it's measurable. The hundreds and thousands of
Your
videos.
evidence was showing me some freaking pictures that aren't pictures of Earth from space. Come on,
But
Jose.
hey, Elliot, that goes back to the first point because you don't believe it doesn't make it real. It doesn't make
I
it
don't give a
not
shit
real.
if you guys believe me or not. I don't, and you probably don't give a shit if other people believe you or not. I'm just saying, take a look at this and our conversation, and I think this is why you asked me here. So I'm just showing you why. And yeah, it took me a little while to really get in my zone. But dude, you brought this to me, and there's no evidence of the globe Earth, and I don't, and all your friends and freaking all your chatters was like, look at him, he looks dumb. It's like, motherfucker, I already know all of this.
I haven't said none of that, man. I respect it. We're having a fun conversation here. I like that, the dynamic, they getting a little triggered, but it's not personal, let's have some fun, man.
No, I get that, but I'm just like, it's easy. I mean, I deal with that shit in the 24/7 YouTube chat. I can deal with that shit all the time. It's just like, you ignorant people, stop believing complete nonsense when it's thrown in front of your face. I mean, don't watch the news, you fucking dipshit.
I don't watch the news, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate that. I know when a big rain or hurricane system is coming because I see the clouds getting closer to me, then I run.
I don't mean to shit on your live stream,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's just like there's so many fucking sheep out there. Pardon my,
It's all right, man. It's all right. Let it out.
I'm sorry for cursing. I told you it might happen, but anyway.
Hey, all
I'm
right.
just getting a little triggered.
It's all good. Let's relax and let's go. Let me read this one. This one is by Chris Shitoras. Fight the good fight. Thank you, Chris Shitoras. He says, no jabs or space helmets required to hit that thumbs up just below. Thanks for the support. Flat man can eye the house. Peace. That was a little weird, like play of words, but hey, I appreciate your support, Chris. Fight the good fight. Hey, planes, man. You mentioned something about planes. Let's entertain planes a little bit. I don't know a lot about the topic, so you can beat me up in this one. Come on, let's do it. I think you asked earlier something about, do you think planes fly straight or curve or something like that? If you want to phrase it your way, talk about it. Hello, check 1 2.
Yeah, sorry, I just went and grabbed a beer up.
Oh, it's all right. That's all right.
I'm back.
Hey, the planes, man.
And
You wanna
Sean,
have
Sean
planes?
fuckface, I'm not block you because you disagree with me. I blocked you because you're a fucking asshole.
Let's avoid. Let's try not to, to get involved with the people in the chat because I got a bunch of people calling me zealot and imbecile and shit like that. But I'm just
Oh yeah,
ignoring them.
well, I guess it comes from both sides. So let's go back and forth. Just me and you.
Yeah. So good. Hey, do you wanna talk about planes? You asked me something about what do you think
Oh,
planes fly?
airplanes.
Yeah, go ahead,
Like
man.
airplanes and ships, they just travel from one port to another. Would you ever get on a ship or an airplane that wasn't going to land at another port?
Can you ask one more time? I wanna
Would
process
you
it.
ever get on an airplane that wasn't going to land at another port?
No, I never gone in a plane
All
that
right.
lands on
So
water.
airplanes and ships travel in a straight line. They navigate, from one port to another. They don't look at the stars to do. They already know where they're going. They're going to launch from one airport and then they're going to another airport, right? If
So,
if
so
if,
you
if
mean
you if you wanted to get on an airplane, well, it's like people say, well, why don't you go to the South Pole or why don't you go to the North Pole and figure it out? And it's like, you first, bro, because most airplanes and ships, they're going to land at another port once they launch from a port.
you want to ask me a question?
I mean, well, yeah, sure. I'm just describing how flight and ships work. Yeah, they go from one port to another.
So you believe that they go in a straight line as a straight line with no deviation, no elevation change, no curvature?
It's the most pertinent path, right? Yes. Airports, when you launch an airplane, they're going to head to another airport in a straight line. Yes.
Well, I say to that the planes and I'll talk about planes because the ships they just go over the surface of the earth, But in planes, they go to an altitude, they fly
Right.
at that altitude, and then they land in the other place. Period. They keep the same altitude. Agree? I mean, they can go a little
Yes,
higher, a little
yes,
lower, but the same
yes.
the overall.
I mean, once a pilot launches the plane, whatever, they put it on autopilot when they're moving toward their target. Yeah, of course.
So because they are traveling at the same height, they are traveling a great circle route. That's over the surface of the earth.
That's not what they say in their manuals, though. There's not a great circle route.
Yeah,
No.
look the shortest route between 2 points on the surface of the earth and keeping the same altitude is a great circle route. Agree or disagree, and why?
I've seen the pictures of images of. I mean, even if you go on the where you can flight tracker or whatever, you can go in there and see. It's like if this airplane is going over the globe this way, how can an airplane fly over a globe in a straight line?
They
All right.
just keep the same altitude. They just fly at the same
All
altitude.
right.
It's
So
easy.
what
Period.
do you think the AE map is?
It's a projection of the globe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you
that's
are
easy.
correct. So when people, and this is why I've been over this for a few years with a lot of people. People must understand they think that's the flat Earth map, and when you see a flight go across the AE map, right? It's a projection, just like you said. It's a straight line, right? So
In the project, yeah. In the AE map, that's what they throw a straight line.
Yeah, it's a straight line from New York to London, right? Straight line.
I'm not sure about these airplane routes. I heard about it, but I never entertained it. I know as for a reality, all I know is the reality. I don't know what these gotchas. I know when I start looking into this, a lot of Glovers, they go like, this route is impossible on a flat Earth. I don't know any of that,
I
but
don't.
what I know is that a plane flying over the surface of the Earth, they're going through a great circle route. I mean, and that's it.
Yeah, but see, yeah, Jose. I mean, you should actually look into this so you can understand it. Yes, I agree that the AE map is a globe projection, not a flat Earth map.
So this Sydney to Santiago, Chile. Then explain to me on an AE map.
Nobody flies that way across the South Pacific.
But there's evidence that there are
No,
flights that
there's
way.
not.
Are you
No, there's
also
not.
denying that? Are you also denying that? I'm saying of those.
All right, well, you're gonna have to show me some.
Thank you very much. All right, you got a
No,
point there.
they say I'm debunking myself, but I really, why would somebody fly over the South Pacific? It's a dangerous journey. It doesn't necessarily happen.
All right. How about, have you heard? I mean, let's not talk
You
about
guys
anybody
can
specific,
believe it if
but
you want to, but nobody flies that way. It's freaking dangerous. It's just like nobody goes to Antarctica. It's dangerous. It's like, why don't you go find the edge? It's like, it's dangerous, man. You're gonna freaking die if you try to find the edge.
all right. I got a kind of another topic we can entertain here, and you're gonna like this one. So give me 1 minute to explain this point. And it is gravity. You like gravity, right? I don't know a lot about gravity, but this is what I got, right? Gravity, we got Newton, and something fell and it falling because of something. There's a force, and there's a mass attracting mass and to the surface of the earth. Then there came Einstein. Einstein said, like, whoa, Newton is telling me this, let me look into this. Well, it's actually, if we're going to see the big picture and the planetaries and the whole universe, is a bending of space-time because of all of this. So I'm going to grab this Newton explanation and I'm going to add a lot of very elaborate explanation to it. So we got gravity, which is the bending of space-time in the big scale, and because we are here on Earth and we apply Newtonian gravity, is a mass attracting mass force. What is gravity? Tell me what it is and why. Take all the time that you want.
I'm going to tell you in about 5 seconds. There's no such thing as gravity. There you go.
Thank you very much. That was short and sweet. That was the shortest conversation ever.
I mean, why do you? Well, you tell me. Why do you think gravity is a thing?
Because we live on a planet, on a spherical planet, that we breathe air on it, and it is orbiting around the sun. The sun will be in the center of the solar system. The orbits and
Wait,
the air we breathe.
Who told you that? Who told you that?
And everything that happens on Earth is relying on gravity, because if not, we'll be swinging and flunging and flying away everywhere. Therefore, gravity, my friend.
Wait, why would the Earth go anywhere when it's obviously, to all of us, we experience Earth as a level stationary plane, and we see the sun, moon, and stars move above our head in a repeated pattern for years and years, thousands of years. It's been recorded with calendars built around it, religions, everything built around it. Why would you think that we're the third rock from the sun? These freaking these ideas are just completely weird. It's like you're gonna like just believe these liars when you can believe your own eyes, what you see right in front of your face. I mean, think
the
you guys
answer
are the
is,
ones that are believers.
the answer will be, why do I have to disbelieve these people that have studied all of this?
Wait,
for
I'm not
hundreds and
talking
thousands
about
of years?
disbelief. I'm
And,
talking about
and,
belief.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Why do I have to disbelieve these people that have dedicated their lives generation after generation for so long for us, the small people, to understand all of this and apply it in the daily basis. Why should I disbelieve it? Well, I have to trust on their work. It's not about believing,
Hey
it's
man,
about
that's
trusting
on
their
you.
work.
That's on you. You trust them all you want. Fine. You asked me on here. Fine. You can trust them. I just disbelieve them. I think they're full of shit.
So we need a mechanism on how things drop and at a specific rate, and why things don't float over, and everything can be explained by with gravity.
There's no such thing as gravity. I mean, I don't even see a reason to even argue the point.
So why do things get drop to the ground when I'm standing on a 9.8
Because
meters?
that's because no, it doesn't. There's no evidence that everything has a constant speed. It really just it's an agreed upon average. 9.8 meters per second squared. It's agreed upon average. Through consensus. Of when for the function of physics in the natural world. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's functional on a level stationary plane, but they don't necessarily. The only place that is applied is in theoretical physics. They have their idea of light speed and all that kind of stuff. What you guys just really need to friggin' see the world for what it is. There's a lot of magicians that have manipulated your mind into thinking that there's an existence that doesn't exist. We all live on Earth. We are living on a stationary plane. This place was created. It's for us. So why would you have to make up a magic show that doesn't exist?
The magic show will be something else, but the reality is that I'm sitting on my chair and I can drop this slider and everything is here on the surface of the earth.
Yeah, we're all
when you
quite
don't
aware
plug-
that we're like I said earlier, we're all quite aware that weight
But
weight is a thing.
But-
Things weigh something.
but when we go higher up, very high up, a few hundred miles up, I'll say International Space Station distance away from the Earth, things don't do that because they are further away from this pull of the gravity. Why is that?
Well, I can't answer that question because I don't think gravity's real.
All right. How about the International Space Station? There's something up there, right?
No. Well, I'm going to say hell to the no, no. Hell no. There ain't no motherfucking space station. They're a freaking bunch of actors. There ain't nothing up there, man. What are you talking
Hey,
about?
give me 30 seconds to make a full statement, and then you can rebut. And the last point I'm gonna make is ISS. Here we go. But hey, bear with me. You're gonna get triggered by this, right? So the first point, we got a picture of Earth from space. You say, nah, it's fake. The second point was we breathe air. There's a space out there. You say, nah, there's a dome above it, even though there's no evidence for it. We talk about gravity.
I didn't
you
say
say,
anything
wait,
about a
I'm
dome.
almost done. Dude, I'm almost done. You
Sorry.
say, yeah, you can address any of the points if I'm wrong. You say, the gravity, you say, is just not real. And now the ISS, you just don't believe it. So do I get 4 not-us out of you and no alternative or mechanism of how it works? Takes all the time in the world that you want to answer any of those. Right.
So let's go over one point at a time. What was the first one? I know you.
The pictures of Earth from very high up. Space.
Oh yeah, we already covered that.
Exactly, and you say no. That was your answer.
Yeah, because you can't get far enough away to take a picture of globe Earth.
Okay,
Anyway,
now
so second one,
yeah,
what was it?
the second one, we got an outer space up there with almost no air, just very few particles of air, and we breathe air down here. And it's easy to explain with a pressure gradient, and then from very high pressure, you go to space. You say no, because there must be a barrier because of an antecedent.
Well, to be honest, on that point, Jose, how do you think someone can make it to space and start orbiting around the planet?
I need a lot of money I need people behind me, and I need to
No, wait,
put.
wait. Or do
Oh,
you just
you're not
believe
gonna let
someone
me
did
answer.
that? Did you just believe someone did that already?
It's not about belief. It's about
No, it's about
evidence.
belief, bro. On your side, dude, you're asking me if I believe that they did it or not. And then it actually goes back to the first question, whether they could throw something up there and take a picture of Earth from space. Both of those are combined, 1 and 2.
So, to answer that question, my way, I must disbelieve every single rocket launch that have ever been. I don't have.
I'm
I
not
cannot.
asking you
Okay,
to
I'll shut up.
disbelieve anything.
You're not letting me answer, Helio. You're getting a little triggered. You're not letting me answer, bro.
I am. I'm getting a little triggered. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
So, gonna answer that question my way. I must disbelieve every single rocket launch that have ever been done, and I must disbelieve and not believe that there's any satellite giving us any type of communication and anything around the Earth in order for me to think the way you think. And I don't think the way you think. I think hundreds, probably thousands of rocket launches have been launched from the Earth. They've been on space, and there's a lot of stuff on space that we call satellites, giving us all this technology that we're using today.
Yeah, on all that, I don't think there's anything out there that can take a picture of Earth. Just want to reaffirm the same thing I said about the first 2 points. What was the third one?
Gravity just does not exist.
Oh.
That's your answer.
Yeah, of course. I mean, what do you think gravity is?
It's a mass attracting mass on a scale where we can work on Earth. Everything that we can do, we can use any kind of equations, and we can set up everything on mass attracting mass thanks to Newton. And then in the bigger scale, then Einstein will come to place to give us to elaborate more on what gravity would do.
That was kind of weird. I'm
So-
pretty sure you've been in the argument long enough to know that, Einstein kind of said, hey, what Newton was talking about, that's kind of bullshit. I got this. I have this huge chalkboard. I can make equations about mass and the warping and bending of space-time. This
Yeah.
is what causes gravity.
Exactly. And then when we talk in a scale on the Earth that everybody lives on right here, then we can use any of the Newton's calculations. And what Einstein added was a more elaborated explanation. He expanded Newton's understanding of gravity.
All right,
for the
cool.
bigger
So,
picture.
did he ever do an experiment to prove it?
I don't know. I don't care if he
Yeah, I
did or
know
not,
you
but
don't
that's the
know.
understanding.
I'm just telling you, he never did. So he just wrote a bunch of freaking numbers on a chalkboard. Anyway,
Yeah.
so what was the fourth question?
The International Space Station. You say no, loud and clear. It's up there. It is.
You can watch all the cartoon videos of them just freaking flipping around saying, we're doing science, look at us. Yeah, so number 4, debunk, whatever.
All right, and now we can take a fresh one that comes really close to Earth from me. Long distance observations. We can see the curvature, a physical curvature in some people that have taken the picture, and we can see in 90% of pictures and videos and footage of long distance observations the effects of the curvature. Any evidence of a flat Earth due to the long distance observations, if you want to share, I'll present it up in screen. I can present to you any of my own too.
I'm responding to one of your someone said, why is he lying about Einstein? Einstein never did a physical experiment. He just did math on a chalkboard and then claimed that the bending and warping of space-time is proof of globe. It's just weird. People don't get this. I mean, once you understand this, you're gonna have to choose one side or the other.
What are the two options?
It's Earth as a realm or Earth as the third rock from the sun whirling around the Milky Way galaxy and all that kind of shit. That's it. That's the two options.
How about Earth as a sphere? Yeah, and it works perfect. Yeah.
What, by Einstein's calculations?
No, by anything that the experts can do. Can you show me this realm?
Who are the experts?
You know what? If you can show me this realm today and explain me at least,
I don't have to. You live in this realm. Why I don't have to show it to you? It's right here.
So if you cannot show it to me, then I'm not gonna just go. I'm not
Okay,
just gonna go back. Oh wait. I'm
Hey,
not just
cool.
gonna go.
We're gonna.
Wait.
I'm sorry,
wait.
brother. Go ahead.
I'm not just gonna go away and forget everything and ignore all these billions and billions of dollars and the manpower that is being used for technology that we're using today with all this stuff that is launched into space. Do I have to deny all of that and just say, nah, we're just living around. Don't ask me how it looks. You think that's a fair exchange for you?
I don't really consider dollars to be anything. Yeah, governments have been manipulating people's minds for centuries. It's like you can be a human here on Earth or a woman, right?
What is this technology? What is this technology that
I don't give a shit what they say.
Wait.
To be honest.
What is this technology that I see a rocket being launched and going up to space? What is this technology that is made me seeing this? It's real, bro. You're denying this.
No, it's not. It's not real.
So you say all the rocket launches.
They're faking that to manipulate.
You say all the rocket launches that they've been launched up.
Yes.
Are fake.
I'm saying yes. Yes, they're faking you out.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. I'm just saying. I mean, hey, you don't have to believe me. Just saying that. Yeah. The rock. Right. Nobody's going to space. It's that's ridiculous. It's the new Babylon, right? You know, they try to build a tower to heaven. These guys are freaking faking you out, manipulating you, so that you will try to come. Dude, do you guys watch the news? Do you believe everything they say on the news? Like,
no. I already told you I don't watch the news.
Yeah, I know. See, it's like people think that I'm full of shit. Dude, I've been doing this for over 20 years. It's like, don't believe me. Do your own freaking research. I mean, I don't care if you believe in space or not, and if you believe that the astronaut, quote unquote, astronauts are claiming to go to space, and they put themselves on TV going, here we have, I'm in the cupola, and what if there's a leak? And it's like, oh, well, you know, then there's a leak. It's like, we're talking about 10 to the negative 17 torr.
I wouldn't deny the evidence.
We just put some bubble gum on it.
Helio, you're ranting. You're ranting.
I am ranting. But go ahead.
I don't have to deny none of the evidence that I see and is given to us. All the evidence to back up any of these, because I have a different opinion. If you want to have that different opinion, I want to be honest, and I have to be honest, and I have to say yes. Space is real. Rockets are real. I mean, why do I have to deny them if there's all the evidence back up as they being real?
Cool. You agree with a general consensus. Everybody, fine. So you asked me to come on this show when you knew that I was going to say everything that I said. Fine. It's all good.
No. It's all right. Hey, wait. Naps says, Helio, bro. Jose asked for a flat proof. Go. Shout out to Naps.
Flat proof. I mean, there's no curvature. There's no observable curvature anywhere on Earth. If you can show any flat earther the curvature
on screen right now,
then we will shut down everything. We'll stop talking about it.
On screen right now. You watching my screen share, or can you watch the picture that I posted on the Daily Boom?
I don't give a shit about rockets.
No. The picture that I presented, the evidence of curvature. I got one right here. This is not mine, but it's one evidence of a curvature. I just reposted it on the Daily Boom.
Oh, yeah, I'll check it out. Oh,
Please explain. I'll explain. I can explain. This is explained by curvature of the Earth. Can you explain it not being curvature of the Earth?
I can't exactly at this moment because I'm not sure. This is the first time I've seen this image. It looks like it's taken from the water, or is it taken from a shore?
Yeah, it's taking like from a shore, like 10 feet
Well,
above the water, somewhere around there.
well, how can I confirm that?
Well, why don't we just look at the picture first and then we'll look at the details? We look at the picture and we see one container ship over here, and we see another container ship over here. I don't think this is the shape of the container ship. This container ship has more cargo than this one, but what we're seeing is we're missing the bottom of this ship in the right versus the one in the left. Can you explain this in a with a non-curvature explanation? Please go ahead.
To be honest, anyone that thinks that large bodies of water are convexed due to gravity, which has never been proven, I could actually give a shit less about any picture of this. So it's not like, you're going to just like give me a got you from a picture I've never seen. Well, listen, large bodies of water at rest are level. That's the natural function of water.
Yes,
Hold
they are
on,
level.
hold
Yes, they are
the
level.
freaking
Yes.
phone.
I'm agreeing with you. Yes, they're
No,
level.
okay. So would that work over 10 feet, 100 feet, 100 miles, 1,000 miles? Why are you showing me a picture of a body of water that is obviously level and just saying some shit about it? I don't that so if you're going to ask me, Jose, if that's the curvature of the earth, then I'm just going to disagree.
Okay, another to the to the collection.
Hey, you guys freaking nut us all all the time either. So it's fucking A. I mean, it's like we've shown so many videos and laser tests. We've done tests. You guys ain't done shit. Just like throw some shit out here like this. No, I freaking I'm not. I just refuse to actually. It's
Right.
just retarded because water cannot curve due to gravity. That's not the natural function of water.
All right. I got a few.
And Broface thinks I'm indoctrinated. He's the one.
I got a few points from the chat over here. We got Z Foxy says LIGO showed proof of gravitational waves. So he's lying when he says gravity hasn't been proven. So LIGO is doing some tests about gravity. What do you think about this, LIGO? And we're not talking about the being the straightest structure built on Earth, not following the level of the Earth we live. It's just straight. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the test of gravity they've been doing there. What do you think about it?
Like I told you, man, gravity. What do you mean by gravity? Ask your friends, because obviously you don't know anything about gravity, Jose.
No, this is me. Yeah, this is me. Just me.
Yeah, you're reading super chats. Ask them
buddy.
what they think gravity is.
No, I don't. It's just you and me. It's you and me here.
All right, cool.
So to my explanation of gravity,
I already talked about gravity.
Exactly. Yeah. So to my explanation of gravity, your answer is nah. Which I know my answer wasn't very sciencey and very elaborated.
Hold on. Gravity, like everyone else's explanation of gravity is not very fucking sciencey either. So there we go. There's no science involved with gravity.
Yeah. Mass attracting mass.
Yeah,
Did I do-
there's no science involved. So gravity is not science, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me. I got one more comment, and then I want to go back to give you an example. Beard the Devil, 1864. Thank you, brother. Come on, bro, Helio. Explain why the ship disappeared from the bottom up on the level water. Try to get that answer, but you didn't answer me. Why did that ship is got the bottom half missing
All right,
in the
so
level water?
someone is curious about why, if they were standing on the shore, they're asking this. They've never experienced it. They're probably just asking this rhetorically, right? It's like, why could, that would be a better question. Why could something disappear from the bottom up if I was standing on a shore watching a ship move away from me?
Yeah. Explain that, please. Yeah, that
I
way.
can explain it perfectly.
Please take your time.
The reason you can see a large ship disappear bottom first while you're standing on the shore watching it, which whoever asked the question has never done, by the way, is because it's because of angular resolution. You're going to see.
What?
Listen, the horizon is not an actual place. It's like the globe people claim that it's the curvature of the earth. The boat isn't going over the horizon, right? It's not just like traveling up a hill and then going down a hill like freaking Bill Nye, the freaking retard guy. This, what you're going to see when you're standing on a shore, if you did watch anyone that asked this question, if you did watch a ship sail off into the horizon, not over it, you're going to see the top of it last because it starts to diminish because of angular resolution.
Why does it have to do with the bottom disappearing?
Do I just freaking explain it? If you don't understand it,
Yeah, that have nothing to do with the bottom of the teeth disappearing. It should be uniformly.
no.
on a
Well,
flat
you're gonna,
surface.
like I said, you're gonna see the top last
No,
because
uniformly. Yeah.
because of angular resolution. It's
On a flat
squished.
surface, it should disappear uniformly.
No, it's not going to happen that way. Especially, I mean, if you it depends on the atmospheric conditions and everything. If you guys don't understand this, you're just broken. I mean, your mind is broken. You just want to believe the ball so bad.
I understand that you're trying to make it work somehow, but not even yourself understand what you're trying to say because no object is gonna disappear from the bottom up on a flat surface.
So you're saying that if I'm standing on the shore and I'm watching a ship move away, I want to pull this to the front, right? Me and you, Jose, right? So when you
holding hands in the
let me ask you this. I'm not sure if we have established this.
Jose, I gotta picture this. We are in the shore of the beach. We're holding hands and skipping, and now we're getting our feet wet in the shore of the beach. All right, now carry on.
No, I'm just wondering, bro. Do you think the horizon is the curvature of the Earth? I should have asked you that right at the beginning. I should have asked you that, but that's all right. We're in the weeds now. But do you think that the horizon, when you're standing on the beach, is the curvature of the Earth? I'm asking you directly.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, meaning maybe, probably not. Why is Sean G in here? I don't mind Sean G being
Why are you here? Why are you here, Sean G?
Okay.
No, but he's muted.
So is the horizon the curvature of the Earth?
Let's say yes. I'll say yes.
All right. So the horizon is the curvature of the Earth. Here we go.
All right. I'll say yes. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Guide me through your script. Let's go.
No, it's not my script, bro. It's your script. Freaking Bill Nye the Science Guy made a video about it. It's like the reason that we see boats disappear from the bottom is because that's the horizon is the curvature of the earth, and
Who
there.
is Bill Nye? Who is Bill Nye? Well, you keep mentioning. You like him? Do you think he's an authority for something?
Hey, I say Bill Nye just to name drop but dude, on 24/7, you know how many people come through there. People will say the same nonsense all of the time. So it's not just Bill Nye. It's just like, but these freaking kids think the horizon is the
Good. Wait, Helio and Jose, we're not kids. We're adults trying to get to the bottom.
Okay, but you're an adult, and that's more embarrassing. You think that the horizon is the curvature of the earth.
No, I answered you yes. So
you
can
just
carry
said
on.
yes.
Yes, I say yes. So carry on, please. Go ahead. What is the next point?
Why do you? All right, so you like I'll say if you think you're standing on the shore, whatever. Everyone that claims that the horizon is curvature, they've never experienced watching a boat go over the curvature of the earth, which they think is the horizon.
I have.
All right, cool. So tell me about it.
You're standing on the shore, Helio and me. We drove to the beach. We exit the car. We held hands. We were skipping, and we stand in the shore. I grab my P900 and I zoom into this big container ship, and it's going away from me. And the further it goes, it starts disappearing from the bottom up. I'm not losing details of the ship. So it's not like getting blurred and none of these other effects are going on. It's big enough for me to determine the details, but it keeps disappearing from the bottom up. There's going to be a point that the bottom half is going to be, I don't know where, because the ship is not sinking. So there's going to be an explanation besides the curvature of the earth is what's on the way, blocking the bottom of the ship. But you haven't given to me that. You told me it's some kind of optical effects that I never read into this. I never seen into this. I have no idea how this will work if the earth didn't have a curvature.
Well, hey, I don't even have to say anything. You just said it. So anyway, yes, it's an optical effect. You're watching the boat move across a flat water. I don't really know how to explain it better than that, to be honest.
So you think the water is flat when it always?
I don't think the water is
flat.
That's the way water works. What are you talking about? This is a natural function of water. You're the one that thinks the water is curving around a ball. I don't think
always ripples. There's always ripples and waves, so it's never flat. Flat, you mean?
Dude,
not moving, right?
I've told you several times, bodies of water at rest are level on the surface. They don't curve around due to gravity. I've already said that several times. If you can make up all kinds of shit about cresting water,
no.
Due to tides and all that kind of shit, fine.
Perfect. Because I want to know where these big bodies of water at rest are. Where there's always movement.
You show me the freaking curved water. It's not about
I can show you any body of water, any big enough body of water is never at rest. There's always movement.
No. See, the only curved water you showed me tonight was that fake picture of the globe that you showed.
So water at rest, we can see that on Earth, even though I never seen evidence for water at big bodies of water at rest.
Well, what do you want? What more do you want?
I want evidence of a big body of water at rest that you claim there exists.
Well, a swimming pool, a freaking
that's
lake?
not big enough. Not big enough to measure.
Lakes how about the Great Lakes?
We need a few miles.
Lakes? Rob Skiba freaking took 27-mile journey across the Great Lake to show.
Moving. It's not at rest.
I know it's not at rest.
Okay, so there's no evidence of water at rest.
By tides, though. It's a different function of the lake.
But in the
Jesus
point of water at
Christ,
rest,
Jose.
water at rest doesn't exist. That's we can agree on that. Big bodies of water at rest, because I cannot put a container ship in a pool. I need a big enough body of water. But you mentioned at rest, where there's not a big enough body of water ever at rest. It's always movement.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, the only way you can get a body of water at rest is like a swimming pool or a bathtub or something like
So
that.
not big
Yeah, of
enough.
course.
Not big enough.
But hey, sure. How about a lake that's freaking 70 miles wide? Is that big enough? But it's not at rest because there's always weather. You know, you can't.
Thank you very much. Yeah, never at rest. Yeah.
God damn it! You're freaking trying so hard. It's all
No,
right.
I'm
you
not
know.
even trying, man. I'm not even trying. I swear, I'm not even trying, bro.
Yeah, I know it's just freaking weird that you understand what I'm saying. I just don't. I think it's funny that you're that you're doing this. But anyway, I think we've pretty much
Yeah. I
got
think it
this
could be
shit
fun.
done.
Yeah, it could be fun if we invite some people in. If we move to the YouTube live, but before we go, I really need you to post a link to your YouTube channel and Discord server if you want to share it, because
Oh,
I want
sure.
to add that to the description box. So throw that on, either DM me or put it on the Daily Boom. But give a talk to the people on the audience that is listening, that is on questioning and in the ropes, and to us, give us a message, give us your final thoughts. And did you enjoy? It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was fun. Like I enjoyed
No,
this.
it was really
Yeah,
fun
man.
for me.
Give
I
your
ain't
final
gonna
thoughts,
lie.
brother.
It was so fun, man. I really enjoyed coming to talking to Jose. I won't come in here on when he does the live streams, but he invited me to have a one-on-one, and I thought it went well. You guys obviously hate us or whatever, but I'm not going to
Nah,
change.
I don't.
Nobody's going to change anybody's mind as far as, and I don't want to change anybody's mind. What's really interesting to me is that people are curious about why people think the Earth is flat, and so I sometimes I will come out and tell you why I think the Earth is flat, and so and Jose's been a part of the community for a few years, so it was just really interesting that he reached out to me. That's all I wanted to say. And I'm sure a lot of people here are familiar with the 24/7 Flat Earth Discord Live. I host that one. Not host as far as like voice. I have a computer, separate that just runs that channel 24 hours a day. And sometimes I'll do some live streams from my HelioSkeptic channel. So other than
Good, bro.
that, most people know me, so hey, I appreciate you inviting me, Jose. It's
Hey,
been
yeah, man. It's been fun indeed. I want to thank you for accepting my invitation, which I told you yesterday. We spoke a little bit, kind of in a private conversation. That is the second time that I spoken one v one with another person. I call it discussion because I suck at debating, and you guys can see why I suck at debating. I mean,
yeah,
but
me too.
it's
Me
fun.
too.
I like
Both
the
of us.
discussion.
Yeah.
I like the conversation. I really do. And it was lively today. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
That's
All
fine.
right. Yeah. Hey, before we move on to the YouTube live, Shonji is here. Shonji want to talk to you maybe for a few minutes, and then we'll all move to the YouTube live so we can get more
Yeah.
participants.
Hey, Jose. If you want to
Yeah.
continue your stream, like I said, I'm going to mirror our conversation on my channel. If you
Yes.
want to continue it, we can go ahead and do that, and I'll still be.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Now,
So
before we move to the other room, because Shonji is here. Shonji, I want to talk to Helio for a few minutes, and then we'll move on to the main channel.
What's up, Helio? How you doing, sir?
How you doing, Sean? It's been a while. Last time I think I was on your stream, I freaking told Bob to fuck himself. But anyway,
I believe so. I think that was a fun one.
that was freaking funny. But anyway,
But I was just kind of listening on what you were saying, and it's kind of the same I don't go to 24/7 anymore, really, but I do appreciate it when you guys get me back in there when I do need to. Uh, do you find that the discussion is changing at all, or is it kind of going in circles to you?
I don't think it necessarily has to change. I
Well,
think
you would
that
think there
it's
have to
solid.
be,
It's like the globe is the globe, the flat is the flat, right?
but we both understand that only one can be reality, right?
Well, I guess so, but you know,
Oh, I see what you're saying. If that's the way you look at it, that's one thing. But the idea is that we understand that one is actual reality, and once we start going that direction, then we're going to have to start talking evidence and reality. And
yeah,
I
of
just wondered
course, yeah, I'm
because
totally on the board with
Shanji,
that.
do you got something open over there? Some kind of a video or something? We can hear it here. Or TV or something.
yeah, I'm going moving back to the room.
Yeah,
No,
you're right, Sean. There's either evidence of one or the other. Yes.
yeah. Well, you remember when I used to go to 24/7 how I used to go against the grain pretty much and ask a lot of questions. And that doesn't really happen anymore over there. You don't find that to be kind of an issue with finding evidence, though?
Evidence of what? Earth being a globe? So every
Well,
evidence that
not
I've heard of
necessarily.
Earth being a globe would be like every time I ask someone, "What's your evidence?" They can look up at the stars and sun and moon.
Well, we can look at multiple things, measurements, surveying. I mean, the whole nine is listed in all the evidence for a globe. But rather than talk about what the evidence for a globe is, shouldn't we be talking about what evidence for flat Earth is?
Why would you when there it's obviously flat? I mean, how can water curve around a ball? Why would
Gravity.
you talk about gravity? All right, so let's talk about gravity. See, we're
Okay.
back. We're back there now. Do you have any evidence that gravity exists?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Are you sitting at a desk right now?
Yes.
You see a pen?
Yeah.
All right, do me a favor. Pick it up. Put it about eye level. Look at it. Spin it
This is
around.
the weakest shit, Sean.
No. But
Bro,
you asked me for evidence for it, didn't you?
there is no evidence. That's weight. The pen
Oh,
weighs
okay.
something. When I pick it up, I increase the energy of the weight, and then I let it go, and it falls. Fine. That's
Okay.
energy introduced.
So
When the
then you're
pen's sitting
saying,
there not moving, then what force is acting upon it when it's still?
well, the gravity against the surface of a table.
Okay.
That's why.
Well,
But-
what is gravity? What are you talking about?
Well, are you saying that it's potential energy then?
No. The
But that
potential
you said
energy is only introduced when I pick it up.
well, that would be potential energy. You can only remember you said you put energy into it and then it falls. That would be potential
Yeah.
energy. So
I
what?
didn't touch it when I pick it
Okay.
up. Potential
So-
energy is.
So then, when a rock falls off the top of a mountain, what energy does it have that makes it fall all the way down to almost elevation zero, if it could?
All the way down to zero. What do you mean by that?
Fall to the ground as far as it could go. It doesn't have to be zero; it could be under that.
Dude,
It's
it
just
still has
it's the-
weight
Okay. Well, then, how do you measure that weight?
with a scale.
And what is that scale calculating?
Well, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. I mean, you could say mass of an object when it's not moving. I'm not totally sure what mass is. I'm kind of
Well, I mean, what,
and a lot of people aren't
if
very
you-
sure about what mass is either. So.
Well, if you step on a scale, something has to be happening for it to register your weight, correct?
Sure, but is it a force? I mean, see, you're trying to manipulate my conversation to calling it a force of gravity. I mean, I already don't.
No, I'm
No, you
I'm
no.
what I'm doing
Yes,
is I'm
the answer
asking.
is
No, no,
yes.
you're right. If I'm going to explain
It's
my
9.8 meters
understanding,
per second squared.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that is the
I'm going
force of
to, yeah.
gravity. Yes, I'm
But here,
quite aware of all of that.
okay, if I'm going to explain my version of gravity, then yes, I'm going to look at it as a force. But that's not what I was doing. I was asking you how things work on in your idea. I was trying to ask you why a scale registers your weight. How?
I'm trying to ask you, since I weigh something and there's an average force that's agreed upon by multiple freaking scientists and everything, there's a average force when you drop something,
It's a
probably
gravitation.
will or fall, at this amount of speed, and you can use it functionally here in physics. Hey, let me ask you
Okay, but it's not
how
average.
that
It's not
how
average. It's
that equates
gravitational.
to balls spinning around the universe. You are asking me if gravity exists. I know that I weigh something. It's not a big deal to me. You tell me how that equates to balls spinning around the universe.
Okay, we can move to another topic now if that's what you're trying to do. Um, Everything we look at, but you're asking me a question where we would have to look up. So we could keep it on Earth if you like.
Well, I can actually tell you how they came up with that 9.8 meters per second squared number. We can go into that if you really want to
Okay,
get
yeah,
deep into it.
sure, absolutely.
Let's do it then. Let me grab another beer and I'll be back. This is kind of ridiculous. I mean, you're quit. I can do it, but it's really gonna show. You can actually look this shit up on Google. It's like, how did they come up with 9.8 meters per second squared? I mean, you
It's
want me to
simple.
go through all the minutia of how they came up with the 9.8 meters per second squared
I
when it
didn't ask.
doesn't actually
I
have
never.
anything to do with gravity at all?
I
That's all
never
a
asked you.
philosophical concept.
I never asked you that question.
All right. So what are you asking me directly? What do you think?
On flat Earth, why does weight register on a scale?
Because you weigh something.
Why do you weigh something? Why is that weight in the down direction when you step on a scale? Why can't you step on a
Because
scale on a wall and do the same thing?
there's some questions that can't be answered. Are you comfortable with that?
Well, is it can't be answered by flat Earth or can't be answered, period?
No, wait a minute. If someone gives me an answer on the globe Earth idea, I already know that answer. I already know that answer. And I was
We
just
all.
saying it.
That's the thing. I know for a fact you know because
You
you
have
heard
an
it so many times.
explanation. You have
So
an
no,
explanation with gravity, right? With
okay. So
calculations.
now
All right, cool.
I would think it'd only be fair if we now, since we clearly everyone has an explanation for the globe. We all call it gravity. We're gonna say the same things. Now, since we know this, why
This
don't
is
we now
amazing, Sean. I mean, you're showing you're exposing yourself as an ignorant person. It's like we've been doing this for a few years. I've known you for a while.
Well,
You just like, oh well,
I'm ignorant.
if flat Earth doesn't have an
Helio,
explanation for
Helio,
weight, and we don't have a
okay.
replacement for gravity, then you're just dumb as fuck and you believe the Earth is flat. I just showed you
I didn't say that.
and
I didn't say
Jose that the Earth is flat. There's no
I've
freaking
never,
way that the Earth can be a globe.
Helio, first of all, I've never talked to you that way, and I probably never will. So that is definitely not what I said to you just now.
Right.
I clearly
But,
said that we both agree, and I know, and you know that you know exactly what I would say if we're going to talk about gravity. So there's no point in really going over that again. I think that's why I then asked, well, what is your idea of how these things work? Now, if you're telling me you don't know, you don't know. Okay, that's fine. I'm pretty sure we don't need to go around in circles about what the globe knows.
On that point, though, like with flat Earth, obviously it is working, right? If the Earth is flat, let's say this, right? if the Earth is flat, and you guys will say, if the Earth is a globe, how would this, and this? Well, if the Earth is flat and objects weigh things, and people have studied this for many years, they measure what they call gravity.
You're right. I asked you about flat Earth. I didn't say, well, the globe. We've already established.
You're asking me. Well, what you're asking me is what causes something to weigh something.
Yes.
I can't answer that question. The globe Earth idea is that it's gravity causes it, but they can't scientifically prove it. And on top of that,
no, there's plenty of evidence.
All right, which ones? Which one, Sean? No, show me some science.
We don't. Okay, do we want to do this? We've already established. You've heard this. We can do it again. My favorite is this. Hey, Helio, you sitting at a desk?
Oh God, drop a pen. Oh,
there you go. So that's evidence for the explanation of gravity that we're talking about. Whether you like it or not, it is evidence. Sorry.
Oh, shit falls, gravity. But it doesn't prove. Cool. You can call it gravity. Hey, I'll call it weight. Yeah. I weigh something. The pen weighs something. Or you can call it relative density. I mean, look it up.
That's specific gravity.
Specific gravity. Yes, exactly. Yeah, relative density, specific gravity, same freaking thing.
The thing is
there's the curvature of Earth.
Helio. But just so you know, that relative density, specific gravity, it isn't a force. It isn't a vector. It's not describing anything like that. It is the measurement of the buoyant force, which does need gravity.
Yes, I do know that. Yeah.
Just wanted to check.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
So you were trying. Where's the curvature? Where's the curvature?
You can observe it on a beach. I've made many observations.
Really, you can stand on a beach and see the curvature of Earth.
Yep, the effects of the curvature of Earth.
What if you were standing on that beach and you were like Superman and just like floated up 100,000 feet? What would the horizon look like then?
It'd be much further away, and you'd have a much wider field of view of the horizon.
And would it like curve left to right?
At 100,000, probably. Yeah. I've never been there, but probably.
Oh, well, I haven't been there either, but I've seen some freaking amazing footage from over 100,000 feet, and there was no left to right curvature. So,
yeah, but that same footage, we've put straight lines on that horizon and shown that it is curving.
Oh my God. Sean.
I know, right? It's crazy, but we've done it. You've seen it.
No,
I know you've seen it 100 times.
We haven't done it.
You guys may not have done it, but plenty of people have. Whether you're willing to accept it or not is, I guess, for yourself. But
sure, we're free to express our opinions on all sides.
Absolutely, whether they're correct or not.
All right, guys. I need to jump in just 1 second. I got 2 comments I want to read, and then we'll move on to the YouTube live.
It was fun.
Until you guys
do this later. I know we're just gonna end up going in circles. I can already see it.
Yeah, I know, bro.
But,
you guys,
I'm about to jump out. But Jose, man, I appreciate you inviting me here today.
Yeah, man. Hey, let me read.
Did you stop the live stream?
No. I'm still going. I go.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, I'm hanging in here, so it's all good. Quickly, Larry Scott. He got 2 quick questions. If you want to touch on those, Helio. Larry Scott say, what causes weight?
Hey, would it be okay if someone said they don't know? I mean,
no, that's okay.
It's like there's a lot of shit that we don't know. Yeah, what causes weight? I don't know.
Yep. Perfect. And then second question, he say, Larry Scott again. Maybe Helio, you can hand wave eclipses and Venus.
Eclipses and Venus. Are you talking about? That's kind of a weird question. Was that a super chat?
Yeah, it's like
Right. So
eclipses.
yeah, I mean, eclipses happen, of course.
Yeah,
Venus,
exist.
I
Yeah.
mean, sometimes you'll actually see Venus, a Venus transit of the sun. I mean, it's a rare occurrence, but yeah. So, yeah, I'm quite aware of the solar system, the way that they describe it. But
Right.
if there's no curvature of Earth, with the way that they describe it, then sure, there are anomalies in the sky that we see all the time. But if there's no curvature of the Earth, we're not the third rock from the sun. So that's my answer to that.
All right, perfect. And last comment, big shout out. This is Citizen9. Thank you very much, Citizen9. He says, "Hey, Jose, bro, can we have more one of these one-on-one? Can we have more of these one-on-ones? I've been laughing at the flat earthers all night. They are hysterical. Nice end to the weekend. Thank you very much, Citizen9. And if you are laughing and you enjoy it, you see it as comedy, hey, I mean, success. This is entertainment. Some people see it more as a comedy. Some people see it more as annoying. They bang their heads like, no, I can't believe what Jose say. I can't believe what Helio says. So, hey, if you're enjoying it, then it has been a success. Thank you very much for that, man. Hey, let's move on to
I agree.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree, Jose.
Yeah, man.
Can I do?
Yeah. If you wanna, comment.
Do some freaking shout outs or whatever.
Please, yeah.
I have the 24/7 Flat Earth Discord live, which I'm sure a lot of people here are familiar with.
You're gonna share the link with me, right? On the
I'll
DM.
share the link.
Okay.
Hold on.
Or in the Daily Boom. Do it in the Daily Boom.
Yeah, I'll do it there and on the YouTube channel. Yeah, I actually, for the most part during the week, I'm a 9 to 5 or whatever. I get up in the morning, I start the live stream. It runs 12 hours, and I get home and then I restart it again because YouTube won't archive the videos from that channel at over 12 hours. So that's pretty much where I'm. That's what I do, and then every once in a while I'll do a stream from my channel, and I'm going to mirror this one on my channel.
Yep.
So I'll send both of those channels to you if you want to add them to the description.
Yep.
And everyone.
Yeah, while you guys are talking in the YouTube live among yourselves, so I'll be keeping a close eye so it doesn't go crazy. I will moderate if needed, if everybody start talking over each other. But I expect a fun, dynamic, back and forth conversation with everybody. And while you guys talk, then I'll set that up on the.
Hey, I think the last super chat was right. You should do some more one-on-ones, Jose.
I enjoy it. Yeah, I've been Lemonbird, Auriv Engli. You're listening to YouTube chat. I tried to DM you on Discord, but it doesn't allow me to DM you. So you have to send me a DM, Auriv, so we can set up a time, you and me, so we can have a chat over here. It's gonna be fun with Auriv because Auriv have a lot of math. He have a lot of links and he got pictures and illustrations and stuff to share, and I cannot wait to talk to Lemonbird. Yeah.
Really? You've already talked to Lemonbird for hours. I think.
But not me, not just me like now.
Not just one-on-one. Yeah, that could be interesting. I'll listen.
Yeah, man.
Listen. Sounds pretty cool.
All right, let's move on. I'm gonna move you guys myself to the one-on-one. So hang in there, hold yourself. And we are here on YouTube Live. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate your patience. Big shout out to the panelists. Now we got Bearded Bro is in the house. Bearded Devil, Chike, Ed Freeze, HelioSkeptic, Left Lane, Sean G, Solaris, and the Stingray. Thank you all for being here. Take it away. The floor is all yours.
Yeah, I have a question for HelioSkeptic. You said you had objection to the picture I posted. You said it's impossible. Why?
Which one? I mean, that was a while ago.
The one of the moon. was taken by Apollo 8 of the moon and the Earth in the background.
Are you talking about the moon, the Earth from the moon?
Yeah, it wasn't from the moon, it was from moon orbit.
Wait. All right. So it was, yeah. So it was.
I'll find it.
It was a. They claim it was a picture from the lunar orbiter. Well, it was an Earthrise, basically, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
So you're saying that picture? Can you post it again? So
I just did.
Yeah, that one, dude. No, yeah, that's impossible.
Why? Tell me why.
I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why. The surface of the moon. Now, where do you think this image came from?
I told you, lunar orbit.
I thought that was already
They were
established.
orbiting the.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, here's where even if it was from an orbiter, picture from an orbiter, it looks like it's very close to the surface.
I got the
Of the
picture
moon?
up. I got the picture up
Yeah,
for
yeah.
YouTube, and everybody's watching it.
Yes, it's called horizon. Yes.
All right, cool. So even if it's very close to the surface of the moon, when you look at the moon, you only see one side of it, right? It's just goes through phases, but you only see one side of the moon, right?
Mm, it's
That's
more than
an
one
objective truth. I mean, everybody sees one side of the moon
It's tied
from
to the
Earth. Yes, of
more
course,
than
we
one
all see
side.
the same freaking side of the moon.
Hold on,
Yes.
what side is that then?
It's
If everybody-
well, there is no side of the moon because the moon is not what you think it is. But that's I'm not.
You need
Not-
to pick your battleground, dude. Either it's got a side and it doesn't, or it does.
Well, I mean, I was taught when I was growing up that the moon is
I
a
didn't ask you
sphere.
to talk, man. Did you hear the words? Did you hear? Did I ask that question? No, I didn't. I said, "What side are you looking at?"
The only
Is that
side you ever see. I
Wait,
just
wait,
freaking explained that.
I don't want to divert it. I want
Anyway,
to know why we can't
Anyway,
take this picture.
what they claim about the moon is that you can this image, with half of the Earth lit. You can't, especially when the moon's lit right there by the sun. You won't see the Earth like that. It would be above your head. It would be huge because it's 6 times larger than the moon. You wouldn't even be able to capture that.
It's not 6 times larger. It's a bit less than
Okay.
4 times larger. So,
No.
but we see the moon like that.
Yeah,
Why
6
can't we
times
see the Earth like
6
this?
times less gravity, 4 times larger. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, my bad. I got you.
What we see the moon like this? Why can't we see Earth like that?
Dude, the Earth would be so much larger. It would be so much bigger.
Why? How much larger?
Because it is bigger. What the fuck?
Look,
It would
the
be- you
moon
think it would
takes-
look like
the
a
moon
moon
takes-
in the sky?
The moon takes.
How big is the moon? How big is the moon in
half
the
a
sky?
degree.
I don't
Half a
know how
degree.
big the moon is. You guys
If I had-
freaking think you
So-
know how big the moon is.
Yeah,
So
the
you
moon
tell
takes-
me.
The moon takes half a degree in our view. Yes. So at most, the Earth will take 2 degrees in our
Yes.
view. What's the problem? Fits in the camera. Actually, to have this picture, you will have to have a very narrow field of view.
Freaking silly. I don't know why you guys believe this nonsense.
Seriously, just try to answer the question instead of going off like that. Come on.
Well, no, I'm just like I'm telling you. I told you
Look.
why the Earth would not look like that from near the surface of the moon if the moon is a thing and this is the orbiter taking a picture of Earth.
Look, and
I
you
mean,
know
that's
how-
insane.
Dude, if you're gonna make it's not gonna look like this. The Earth's gonna look like whatever.
Well,
How
if you're
the
gonna put this, hold on. If you're gonna put this picture up
Come on,
and
man.
say, I know where this picture was taken from.
Why are you tap dancing?
What? No, I'm not tap dancing. If you
Yeah,
know
you
where
are.
this
Tap dancing
no
for over 2 hours now.
no, if you know where this image was taken from, whether it's an orbiting craft or it's taken from the moon, and I'll tell you what, I mean every orbital, every moon landing, they had
Are
all
you
their
happy?
cameras and stuff like bouncing around, but none of them pointed the freaking camera up because
Nobody
the
cares
Earth
about
would have
that. We're
been.
not talking
I
about
know,
that.
not at
No
this
one
point.
cares about that. Why are you talking about that?
All right, so
Real
why don't you guys tell me where this picture was taken from?
It's only a
You were already
only
told,
orbit.
and now you're just saying the Earth would look bigger. How the hell would you know? Go ahead, let's hear
My
it.
impression
Well,
was
I'm basing it on what you guys say about the Earth.
look. My impression was that your objection was that the Earth would be too big to fit in the picture frame. And I just showed you it wouldn't. It would be only 2 degrees. 2 degrees is nothing. Even with simple camera with 120 degrees field of view. This was much less.
Hold on. You're going to have to tell me where this image came from so that I can
Lunar
actually...
orbits a few hundreds of kilometers or tens of kilometers above moon's surface.
Okay, so it was taken from an orbiter, and then
Apollo 8.
Then the Earth was like half shadowed by
itself.
Because the sun is like directly the other way on the other side of
the sun
the solar system.
Is above us and behind a bit.
Do you have any base? Like, this is where it was taken.
Look, I see the moon like this. I have no reason to believe I won't see Earth like this. Fits our model. You said you know our model better than us. So explain why this is impossible according to our model.
I don't have to. I mean, I'm not saying that the solar system, the way they created it, is not brilliant, but it doesn't. I just don't believe it.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
So just really quickly, does your belief have any bearing on reality, or are the two very independent things?
Yeah. Reality is that there's no curvature on Earth, and so yes, I'm quite familiar with the heliocentric model. I know most of it, and I just don't believe it. I think it's full of shit. I just don't believe it.
Yeah. Again, my question is: does your belief in any way dictate reality, or vice versa? Because I think we've got a disconnect there. You say this photo is impossible. You can't articulate why. You say there's no curvature, but in all of these photos that are in the Daily Boom right now, there's clearly curvature. There's curvature from the, from the Virgin Galactic flight. There's continuous rocket launchers with curvature. It's fine saying that there's no curvature, but that is your belief, and it is not the reality. The reality is we see it all the time now.
So you guys freaking believe that freaking Virgin Galactic stuff and SpaceX stuff? You guys believe that stuff?
Hey, really quick. I've been sitting in here all this time, but now I really have to go AFK for 5 minutes. So please play cool because I'm gonna be listening on my phone. And if moderation is needed, we got 2-3 moderators in this room right now. So you guys do whatever you need to be.
Hey, Jose, I'm jumping out too because I don't want to do this.
5 minutes,
dude.
I
do it all
I
the
was
time.
muted for 10 minutes. I was on mute for 10 minutes. You can do 5 more minutes. I'll be on mute. 5 more minutes. I'll be back shortly.
I just don't want to talk to these guys
because we don't believe what you believe.
No, sure. I mean, well, I guess I'll talk to you. What? All right. Yes, I don't believe it. I do know what you're saying, but I think it's a line of bullshit.
Okay, so my question is why?
Because I can see the Earth for what it is, and I can see, like, you guys probably watch the news, right? And believe shit that you see on the news, right?
I actually don't have a license to watch live broadcasts or TV. I don't watch TV. I watch very little news, to be honest. Sometimes I catch it, but that wasn't my question. My question is, why do you believe what you believe, and why do you? Well, I don't care why you don't.
That's not a belief.
Well, you've said believe a few times. Why do you think the Earth is flat then?
I
I'm
don't
interested.
think that water can curve around a ball due to gravity. I think I already went over this with Sean a minute ago. But
Oh,
if
yeah.
you can tell me how large bodies of water can curve around the ball due to gravity, and if you can show me that gravity is a real thing, then I might start to go back the other way.
Do you believe that gravity is in question in the scientific community then, with the whole
I don't
scientific
give a
field?
shit about the scientific community. You're going to
Brilliant.
have to
Okay.
prove
No, that's fine.
gravity to me.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine.
I
So
have a
so
question.
you are the decider of whether gravity is true, not people that have studied like these forces in depth all their lives. That's not a thing. It's just you, right?
No, of course not.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you know whatever gravity is, show it to me.
Just drop
I don't see
something.
where gravity is necessary.
Okay. You want to see gravity? Do you understand that people get diseases from things that you can't see? Do you understand that? So why do you think you can see everything? What makes you think everything can be shown to you and you can see it with your own eyes? How do you believe that that's the only way that you can believe in something if you see
That's kind of non sequitur. You got
It's not non
diseases
sequitur.
I know that
actually to the point.
bacteria and shit like that exists. Yeah, of course.
And you can't see them with your eye, can you?
It's a really non sequitur, man. It's
No,
a bad analogy. It's a bad analogy.
It's to the point. You can't always see things that are real. So why do you think that some of the things that you just, you just exclaim, I don't believe this. You never give any evidence. People provide you evidence, and you just say, well, I don't want to believe it.
I didn't say that.
You're never going to change your mind if you're not willing to at least understand that there is things.
Dude, I used to believe in gravity. I don't have to believe in it anymore because what they told us about balls spinning around the universe is not true.
But you do understand there's things that you can't see with your own eyes, right?
Yeah, I'm quite aware of that. Yeah.
That's all I just want to know. Right, fine.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point that Turs just said. We can't see things, but we can see the effect of things. When the wind blows outside, I see the effect of that on the tree and the leaves. When gravity, a force acting on things, I see the effect of that, a ball dropping. Or one of the best examples to test this yourself is to bury a seed in the ground, but bury it on a plant bed encased in glass where there's a lot of soil above it. It won't go the shortest path. It will try and take on the path against gravity because that's how it gets out to the sun.
You guys are amazing.
No, gravity is amazing.
Completely.
Gravity's amazing. It made everything happen. You got balls spinning around the universe, 4.5 billion years, freaking woo, Big Bang, and freaking everything.
Can I ask a question? I think the problem is balls don't spin around the galaxy, or mine don't. Hopefully yours don't, and no one else's do.
I'll tell you what.
We have huge planets that do that. Huge planets that you can verify if you actually put time into it.
Are the planets balls?
No, they're spheroid planets.
They're spheroidal, right?
Yeah. So here we go. Is your flat Earth the frisbee? No. It's a flat Earth, massive disc. Well,
no, I wouldn't say that either. Don't freaking put words in my mouth. I didn't say the Earth is a disc.
Then what is it? Hold on, Helio. What is it then?
It's a realm. We all live here.
It's a realm.
That's not a realm. REALM. It's a realm.
A realm of what? Go ahead.
Earth. It's Earth.
No. A better question here is, that's brilliant that you call it a realm. Can you give me the traits of a realm so that next time I see one, I can also classify it?
You don't have to see it. You actually live in it. You don't have to classify it at all. We all exist here.
Okay,
and we're having this conversation because we exist here in this realm.
No, that's the same as saying nothing.
Yeah, it is. So he's asking you to describe a realm to him. What qualifies something as being a realm?
I can give a definition of realm. He's just abusing it. Realm is just a synonym of kingdom. Real means royal. So a fiefdom, a royalty, it's a kingdom. It's a part,
Hey,
it's what belongs to a king. So a realm does not have a shape by definition. Well, it does,
Well,
but a
I'll tell you
kingdom has
what.
a
There,
shape. If
somebody,
you're saying a realm doesn't
someone.
have a shape, you're saying a kingdom doesn't have a shape. So you're just, that's your wordplay.
Exactly. No, it's not a wordplay. We actually do live here in this realm, and someone created it.
yeah, according to
Have
you,
you ever seen
according
that
to what?
person? Have you ever seen
I'm
that
sorry.
person or his son?
If you're going to go off of a singular religion, you're going to have to explain to me how your religion is.
I didn't say anything about religion. Creation is
You just
obvious.
brought it
I
up,
didn't say anything about a
somebody
religion.
made it.
All right,
There
if you
are
guys think
several
I'm a Christian, then we're not going to even go down
Dude, I
that
didn't say
path either.
Christian, did I?
Anyway,
Hey,
I
pay
know, but a lot
attention,
of people do.
motherfucker.
But
didn't
whatever.
say-
I
didn't
just
say
said,
Christian.
hey, this realm was created.
Yeah, you're trying to use it.
we live here, and there have been a lot of people that have been manipulative over centuries, calling themselves scientists that have that said, looking at the sky, saying, "Hey, we're going to go there, and we can do this," and even though the patterns have repeated over thousands and thousands of years, this is it's a different world. This world is not what you think it is. It's a created realm.
But
You
you
keep
know
saying
what it
that.
is.
Do you have any evidence that it's not what we think it is?
Hold on. He knows what it
Yes,
is.
yes. I have evidence that all the shit about evolution and the friggin' 4.5
We're not
billion
worried
years.
about all the
Yes,
stuff
I
you
have
don't like.
evidence for that.
We
Yeah.
got to
Where's
go
that
down.
evidence? Where's the evidence that you know it's a realm?
Oh, please don't go down this road. He said he was going to provide evidence that he knows what he's saying is true. I would like him to provide some evidence. All he's done all day is make statements. He's never provided any evidence for anything he said today. I would like to have some evidence.
Fuck no, it's all rhetoric.
We often have to provide, evidence, links to places where we got the information. I would like to see if he's got any evidence for what he's been stating through this, place that we're in.
So should I like talk about philosophy?
Well, yes, let's talk about philosophy for a second.
Philosophy is not evidence. Evidence that we can go and check.
All realms. If you're a king and you have a realm, good luck defending your realm if you can't define its borders. Good luck with that realm.
Yeah, no shit. I'm with you on that.
I think.
All right. So if the man thinks it's a realm and he doesn't have evidence, all right, we can try something else because we're not gonna move past this point. We can entertain some other points. If that's cool with everybody.
I'd be really interested if there's just one thing that you could point to where you can say this is obviously a deception because, and then kind of not what you think or what you believe, but actually it doesn't have to be like solid evidence. But I've done this, therefore this. And this is the statement of the truth. So an example would be, when you said the Earth was too small, it would be massive. A statement like, it was taken here, this is the distance, this is the field of view of the camera, and the size of the Earth doesn't match based on the field of the view of the camera and the distance. That would be a good statement.
All right, I'll tell you why. I won't necessarily go over this discussion. I've said it many times, I think dozens of times tonight. Bodies of water do not display convexity due to gravity. So if you have any evidence for that, you show me. And someone said something about bottoms of the boat, disappearing when they move away. That's I already explained how that could happen on a level stationary, freaking huge body of water. I don't really have any interest in the rest of the discussion. It's not a philosophy. This is natural science. This is water.
Helios, that just comes down to he said, she said, because we know why things disappear over the horizon, and you know why it disappeared because of some mumbo jumbo.
Nothing disappears over the horizon.
He said. It's not a thing that we can work out between us because it's he said, she said. We actually need evidence that we can both go and check and believe, right?
Yeah. So something like the arc of the Earth versus the distance, you can calculate based on the size of the object how much would be missing. That's something that would verify the arc of the Earth.
Yeah,
and you can go out and do this. Now, wait a minute. I'm going with you on this one as well. Now, I'm sorry, I've only just joined, like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago now. I didn't actually see you on with Sean, so I apologize if I do go over something that you've already said. But so if you can explain to me how I can have an object where the bottom of the object, the photons, in other words, the light bouncing off that, cannot hit my eye, but the top can on a flat surface, that would be fantastic. If we could go out and verify that, that would be groundbreaking to our civilization as we know it.
No, it wouldn't, because it's just you'd just have to use common sense.
No.
Of course, you can't see the bottom of something before you see the top of it. I mean, it's like, do you think that it would just shrink off in a little dot, and you can see the whole thing while it's moving away from you?
Yeah,
that's retarded.
So, are you ready? Here's the thing. If we take equal sized boxes and stack them on top of each other, maybe 10, and they're 1 meter blocks, so we've got 10 meters high. Those 10 meter blocks moving away from me, I'm 2 meters high. The one furthest away from me at distance is the one at the top. Why can I not see the 3 at the bottom, which would be closer to me on a flat surface? You have to explain logical problems like that.
It's not a logical problem. We're talking about physical observations.
Yeah, flat Earth has a logical problem.
Well, actually, I think the other side has a logic problem. That's okay. I guess we're going to agree to disagree on a lot of this stuff. So whatever.
You can't just throw out, agree to disagree on this.
Well, because
there's either a right answer or a wrong
actually
answer,
can,
right?
Because we're gonna throw numbers at each other and say, this could work this way if we got enough numbers and blah, blah, blah.
I
I've got a
think
question.
he's right. I think he was right. He can just say this and then we say that. And as I said, this all just comes down to he said, she said. Nobody knows who's right because there's no evidence being provided on both sides.
Okay, Skeptic, I got a question. What about the South Pole? Is that not a real point in the middle of the Antarctic continent or not?
Have you ever been there?
Oh, come on.
I've never been to China either, so what?
All right. Has anyone ever been to the South Pole?
Yes.
About 40,000 tourists a year on Carnival ships and an employment population of like 3,000 to 5,000. Yeah, and then there's job interview prospects in the Commerce Business Daily. Yeah, people go there a lot, and even New Zealand Airlines
go to the South Pole.
Yes.
Yes.
Is this hard to understand?
This is really interesting to me. I've never seen anything about.
Are you serious right now? This is commonly known.
Can you send me a video of someone going to the South Pole?
How about I send you an application to go and work down there? How about that?
No, the South Pole. I'm talking about the South Pole. Hey, and if you can show me some videos of people going to the North Pole too, they freaking said that shit too. I'm pretty curious.
Dude, you're a zeteticist. If you didn't do it, it doesn't exist. That's
not true. I actually believe others that are genuine and that I
only the shit that you believe. As long as it supports your narrative.
Well, do you motherfuckers think? Did you go to the South Pole? You believe that someone did, so why are you posting this? Are you going to accuse me of something that I didn't do? You believe it? Well, they believe it. You believe it because these guys went. I mean, what the fuck?
Either you're a zeteticist or you're not. If you're not, then why are you fucking up on people just because they didn't go somewhere?
I have a question. Do you believe that there's a yacht race that goes around the Antarctic continent?
I do that. I know that exists. Yeah, of course. But I don't. I've looked at the map and the path where they go. It doesn't go where people think it goes.
Hold on. How do you know it exists?
Because I've looked it up, bro. I've listened to interviews from the people that are involved.
Are you telling me?
Listen? Have you listened to the interviews of people that are involved in that Antarctic freaking traversing the Antarctic? Have you listened to the interviews?
No. Here's the problem. You're saying that you've heard other people say that they've done that, and you believe that enough. But yet when we also say that we haven't been to the South Pole ourselves, but there is many, many, many personal accounts of evidence from these people that have been there, you want to throw that out.
Yeah, how do you determine they are
that
the
can't
authority? How do you determine that they got the truth and the other side doesn't?
I wouldn't even begin to understand. It's just like
So you
dude,
trust whoever you want to trust because he will conform to your belief.
oh, it's
But
just like
whoever just disagrees with your belief, even if it's the truth, because it is, you just disagree with them.
no, they're throwing shit at me saying everything they say on every social media platform, they've been to the South Pole. Why don't you believe them? You know, that's fucking ridiculous.
I just shared you a
Well, I
website where you
personally
can
know
apply for a job.
oceanographic geologist who's been to the South Pole on a ship, doing.
But he knows that there's a race. He knows that
But
people
he
have gone down.
disagrees with his belief. He disagrees with his belief. HelioSkeptic. Why? Why? Because he disagrees
He's
with your belief. It goes
cherry-picking what he
against what you think.
Hey, check this
Yeah,
out. I
cherry
just,
pick what you believe.
I'm quite familiar. It's not a race. It's really more of a, like a lot of people that sail around,
You believe
the
Captain
seas.
Cook did it, right? Hold on. You believe Captain Cook sailed around the whole 60,000 mile circumference, right?
Now you're putting something in my mouth that I didn't fucking say. Fucking
Well,
asshole.
Admiral Byrd.
I believe
Anyway,
Admiral Byrd.
fuck you guys. I'm
That was
gone.
a question. Yeah.
Hang in there. Oh.
Yeah, he's looking for it out.
Wait, guys, before we take it like open for a little bit. Tango 24. Thank you very much for the super chat. I have evidence of oceans curving. Satellite surveys show it. Satellite surveys show it. Thank you very much, Tango 24. Hey, HelioSkeptic, thank you so much for coming in and having the conversation with me. And I know it could get a little ugly, but we are all a little excited of having the conversation. You decided to rage quit in this one. Hopefully, you will come back for another one. Thank you again for coming. Take it away, guys.
I'm sorry for running the flurf off.
No, he was looking for an out.
Mm-hmm.
He was ready to go.
Yeah, he was ready to go about the time he started saying, "I need to go get another beer."
I would have liked to ask him more about his beliefs though and the why, because you're not gonna the disconnect between reality and that belief, and no matter what he says, it did say belief like 3 or 4 times. That's an interesting thing. That
the problem with people like him is they don't have a why. You know what I mean? It's like they're indoctrinated from a young age to believe certain things, and then they fall on into like these flat earths and stuff like that from the way they were brought up. And
Tess, I'm pretty sure, Tess,
why they believe things. They're just told to believe, and they believe. You know what I mean? He's obviously got a religious background, and that's why he's able to just accept things that are to us stupid. But to him, we're the stupid ones. You know what I mean?
I'm not sure he was indoctrinated from an early age, because it did sound older than young.
I'm not saying he's young, but I'm saying he was indoctrinated when he was young, and he's never been able to grow out of it.
But the South Pole is what threw him off. I mean, if you're going to hand wave the existence of the South Pole, which takes no calculation, it takes no math and science. Yeah, it's a real place that millions of people have been to. And anybody can drop a credit card and go there. And he's like, nuh-uh.
The thing is, right, if people didn't want you to go to the South Pole, why would they even have it on a map? Why wouldn't they just not tell you it's there?
The whole thing with the Antarctic Treaty is enough certification that the South Pole exists.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if there was a big conspiracy been going on for hundreds of years to keep people away from the South Pole so that they don't understand, the reality, why wouldn't they just tell you there's no South Pole?
No, but regardless, if it's a place that they prohibit you from going to, that still means it's a place. They're not talking about locking you out of an ice ring like Lemon might make you think, because that's like whatever it is, 60, 70,000 miles of free ocean. But the island, if you're locked out of the island, that still means the South Pole is a place, and the South Pole is no harder to get to than Mount Everest.
And nobody signed a treaty to stay out of Narnia.
Or the land of orcs and goblins called New Zealand. Hobbitland.
Nah, that guy was weak and inebriated, in my opinion.
Let's not do this. Let's not do this on personal attack. He's not here. Address the points. Let's not attack the person, please.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to attack him by saying I think that he's been indoctrinated to believe what he believes, and it's hard to get people like that to reassess their view of the world. You know, that's what I'm trying to say.
So that gentleman Helio has a desire to the death hang on to his belief, and that's what he's going to do.
And he said there's no evidence of, we can't possibly be the third rock from the sun. Although he admits, yeah, we do see Venus pass in front of the sun, and it didn't come up, but we do see Mercury pass in front of the sun, and we never see Mars pass in front of the sun, and we do see the moon pass in front of the sun. That kind of like lazy order. That's the evidence that, yeah, we're the third one out.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. I mean, he made lots of base statements, but never provided any evidence for any of his beliefs or the statements that he just put out there. He just said.
All right, I see you're mumbling over there. I didn't even hear what you say. I see HelioSkeptic in the YouTube chat. HelioSkeptic, thank you again. And where are your links? You didn't put them in the Daily Boom. I've been monitoring this, and you didn't share a link for your channel, nor a Discord server where people can find you. You can either post them on the Daily Boom, you can share it, or you can DM me or post them on the YouTube chat box, because without the links, I cannot add them to the description box. Please share those links, Helio, so people can find where to find you on the description box under this video. Thank you.
And then he says, we've seen the transit of Venus, but we don't know stuff. Well, no, it's he that doesn't know. I mean, 500 years of use of telescopes have shown us this, and he's like, oh, there's lots of phenomena that we don't know. What kind of a lemon response is that?
I mean, my favorite thing, and nobody actually said it or pointed it out when he was saying that, well, there's certain things that we just don't know, or he says that he doesn't know. Well, okay, if you don't know the answer, but someone else does know the answer, why do you hand wave off the answer that is given when you flat out said you didn't know it in the first place?
I think I already explained that. It's because of what he already believes through his life experience,
Yeah, but it's not a belief if you say, I don't know.
Yeah, but he thinks he does know a different
thing. No, I'm talking about when he flat out said that he doesn't know. He's like, well, isn't it okay for me to say I don't know? Well,
I think
sure.
he was just premising that in order to be able to get out of some other questions, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? He was agreeing to that in order for him to be able to just dodge other questions, which he did. He actually said that, and then 2 or 3 questions later, he used it as a get out, so.
Yeah, if you're just looking for a way to dodge questions and get out of the topics and things like that, then what are you doing here debating it in the first place?
The thing is, did I miss the one-on-one? Because I came in and there's all us and just him, and I felt kind of sorry for him. I always feel sorry for the flat earthers. They're always in this channel. They're always up against like 13 of us.
No,
did I miss a one-on-one?
Yeah, it was him and Jose for quite a while. I listened to about 10 minutes of it and thought, oh, this guy's a fucking retard. I've got better things to do.
Well, he was making a lot of points, and I tried to make.
No need. I apologize in behalf of the person that just said that.
Yeah. Well, A lot of the things, though, I mean, none of the points that he presented were anything new, of course. And it did seem like it was just copycat versions of like Nathan Oakley and QE, nothing original. And when he tried to hold his feet to the fire, all he did, by presenting a question and tried to hold his feet to the fire, he just repeats by asking a different question and trying to change the subject. At that point, there's not really a debate going on. It's just really, hey, let's talk about this, and then say 2 sentences, and then move on to a different topic. Talk about this, say 2 sentences, so on and so forth.
Yeah, they go through that rigmarole, and then when it comes to any difficult topic, and it's like they've been through several, and you try to go back to them, then they go, well, show me the Earth curve. That's their final sort of bullet. No, like he said, no water shows any curvature. It's like that's their final bullet.
Well, why didn't no one ask him to give an example of what he said? Clearly said, he said, when we bring an evidence, you hand wave it. So bring one of those evidence that we hand wave. Go ahead.
Okay, I need to address YouTube because we had a poll up on the YouTube chat box, and we have 32 votes. The question was, did HelioSkeptic had any good points? 6% say yes, 93% say no. Thank you very much for voting. 32 people participated.
And I think we got to give a shout out to Jose. He really jumped on him hard about the ships over the horizon and the diffraction limit or whatever. So where the details of the superstructure are crisp right until they're sheared off. That was one of the best exchanges, in my opinion.
Actually, I think right when he asked you do you believe they went to the moon, and you said no. I think that one really threw him for a loop.
Yeah, Helio, you gotta give me that. I threw you off. You weren't expecting that. Oh man, yeah, I didn't want to entertain that topic. That's kind of a little out there, but still, the picture, all of it can be real. I mean, whatever I believe or not, everything could happen. Do I personally believe that men just walk on the moon? I don't, but that's just my belief, my opinion, which has nothing to do with there was missions that when rockets were and took pictures and orbited the moon and all that kind of shit. There's nothing wrong with that. It could happen. Why not? If there's evidence for it, all the evidence exists for it.
Jose, just a really quick question, because I'm now interested in what you think. But is it only the moon bit in that period of time that you don't believe, or do you kind of, if you step back with far distant kind of high orbit space missions, along with low orbit, along with ISS,
yeah, all that is real. Yeah, evidence for all of it, and I have anything to deny it. All of it, there's evidence for it, and if I just deny it, I will just be going because I got nothing to back up my belief.
All right, cool.
Yeah, everything is real. Yeah, everything is real. Now, do I think that men walked on the moon, physical men? I don't think so. But that doesn't make it that space, rockets and all the stuff landed on the moon on their own. Maybe not a man mission. That could happen. I am 90% sure, 99% sure that happened. Now I got that 1% that men on it. I don't know.
All right, cool.
Fair enough.
At least you're willing to admit that, men might have walked on the moon, but you don't believe it. He wasn't just saying that he doesn't believe a thing and therefore he doesn't think that. He was saying, I don't believe a thing and therefore it didn't happen. And that's a problem, He doesn't even want other people to believe it,
Yeah. Jose's always been clear where he stands on the moon landings.
Yeah, but
and I don't. Yeah, and I have argued a little bit about it, but I don't. I mean, I don't have any evidence to back up my claims. Just memes. I just got memes, and I don't I don't debate with memes backing me up.
You've always been upfront and open about where you stand on that and your beliefs, and yeah. And hopefully in a few years' time that will change.
Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah.
also he doesn't jump on us when we say we believe it and say you're all crazy and nutters. You know what I mean? And how the hell can you? It doesn't do that. But Helios was kind of doing that with things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm updating the description box on this video now, and in 30 seconds you will find a link to HelioSkeptic YouTube channel. So everybody should go and check it out and subscribe to him, leaving comment, questions, concerns. Hopefully you upload this video on your channel. Please do so if you want to. I mean, yeah, that's good. I want people to share and listen to the two opposite points of view and in this topic related, all is good.
Not quite sure why he calls himself a skeptic. Didn't sound very skeptical to me.
I've spent some time going and looking at some of the people that Jose's had on his channel and looking at their channels, and basically none of them have got anything new that the other ones didn't. So I don't believe Helios is going to be any different, but I will have a look.
No, it did seem to be parroting the same old nonsense.
All right, I got a super chat by Ben Delight. Ben Delight, thank you very much, man. Helio had one very good point when he said, I don't know. Thank you, Ben Delight. I appreciate that.
No, anyone that's not been over to the 24/7 Flat Earth Discord, I would encourage you to step on over there and jump in there and have a conversation. See how you like it.
I can't. I was banned in the first 3 hours.
I was going to say, see how long you can be in there before they kick you. Yeah.
That's an open cesspit.
It's a shit show.
Yeah, it is. It's a seething cesspit of.
Hey, a lot of people enjoy them shit shows, A lot of people enjoy that. Like here, most of the time when I do the open discussions and a few people come in, it's mostly a shit show, so it is what it is.
Hey man, just because I'm trying to make you think, bro, motherfucker, stupid retards.
Bro,
I don't mean that.
Brian Peck in the house, bro.
I don't mind when they just kind of make just a bunch of dumb, stupid claims and all that, but it's all their outright lies that really get under my skin about, like, you can't go below the 60th parallel and all that stuff. That's the sort of thing that gets under my skin when they just flat out lie.
You got to lie to fluff.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know if they themselves know that they're lying or whether they've been told that by other flat earthers and they believe it, you know what I mean? And so they think it's true. But I mean, personally, I know people that have been to the South Pole, and I believe them because I've known them for several years, and I know that they're scientists and they work doing other surveys in other parts of the world, in the oceans. And this guy that I know, he's actually found new species and stuff like that. So I know that it's true, and I believe him about that because he's printed and he's got papers and all that. So when he says to me that he's been to the South Pole, I believe him. You know what I mean? It could be a shill for the government, and maybe there is penguins down there with a laser eyes and shoot you. I don't know.
No, we've had a guest on here before, Charlie, actually worked down there, and he told us about his experience. And I believe he had some video.
Really
didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He shared a bunch of clips, and he lived there for over a year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the guy.
All right, we gotta really quick. We gotta give a big shout out to the Almigs. Thank you for the super chat. Shout out to Stingray. How's your Tesla?
My Tesla is going back into the service center under warranty repair for the sixth time in the last year and a half. So go reliability.
Yeah, did you hear about the new Teslas that they just put out? I think this year, like 3 months ago. Some of them have burst into flames and burnt to the ground. they're only a month old.
I think one has, and it might have been a bad chemistry in the battery, but it's not like Tesla. Despite what people think, Tesla buy batteries from Samsung, LG Chem, all these type of people, and sometimes you get a bad batch. It's like the Samsung phones that exploded in your in people's pockets. They actually pulled an entire product line.
It could be a good battery, just installed badly. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, it's just one of those things. That's something I've now got to learn all about electric cars and batteries and motors.
Well, Stingray, if you go in 2 more times, you can claim the lemon law and get a new car.
Or get a free cup of coffee or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not a thing. But I mean, yeah, I did buy another electric car, which is built by Mercedes, which is somewhat a little bit higher quality, more reliable, let's say, but nothing matches the performance of the Tesla, unfortunately. So when it comes time for me to look at something else, I think, and then I put my foot down once in my Model S, it's like, no, I'm going to keep this for a bit. Yeah.
Oh, you don't have a lemon law in Europe?
No.
No, we've got a lemon law here in the United States. I'd have to look it up to dictate it, but yeah, if you have so many visits back to the shop under warranty, you can get a new vehicle.
Yeah, we don't have that over here.
I got a question. I need feedback from you guys. When I talked to Helio a little bit about the gas pressure, and the gradient and getting lower and lower, I explained it very basically. Was that a good enough explanation? Whoever heard me explaining it?
Any simple explanation of a gradient is pretty easy to understand. So yes, I think I didn't hear it, but
He never actually.
it would be suitable. Yeah.
Go ahead, Beard. What's it?
I was gonna say he never actually really truly addressed that. He admitted that yes, there's a gradient, but that was about it. He didn't go, okay, so the gradient has to sort of kind of stop somewhere, right? If it starts at the ground, if all the gases, which was weird when he said that all the gases originate from the surface of the Earth. Okay, but they all go in all directions.
And then when I explained gravity also, well, Newton came with this explanation and he built all the formulas and he explained well what happened on Earth, and then Einstein came behind and elaborated and broke it down, and he added up all these explanations. Was that a good enough explanation? I mean, very, very not. I mean, there's nothing there. But as for an explanation, Newton had this idea how everything worked on Earth, and then Einstein elaborated and opened up the horizons on the bigger scale and the universe and all that shit. It doesn't make it two different gravities. Over here on Earth, mass attracts mass, works as a force.
Well, there's a little bit of a paradox when they talk about how when flat earthers say that Einstein, debunked gravity or whatever, but Einstein did it all on paper, therefore it's pseudoscience. So that means that Newtonian gravity exists and not Einstein gravity. That's all they're saying. They do that. That's it.
I got an answer for. Hey, I got a good answer for that. Farmers Bro, did you hear the answer for HelioSkeptic? Gravity is not real. End of statement.
That's what I was saying. He made a lot of statements and never provided any evidence for why the statements he was making were true.
The problem with gravity is that we have ended up with two explanations, as it were. Newton's gravity works very well on what we call the small scale, i.e. our solar system. And it pretty much tells us what happens. And then, of course, Einstein comes along and expands on it. He doesn't supersede it. He doesn't replace it. He expands it, and he expands it on a far greater scale, like out in the universe. And it's still the same thing. The only problem we have is we don't actually know why mass attracts mass, but we know it does. It's the same thing as magnetism. We don't actually know why it happens.
Well, I think Einstein.
But it does,
that, didn't he? I think Einstein explained that. He explained that mass actually bends time and space.
Yes, but why?
That's why.
But why? That's the thing. There isn't a nut and bolt explanation for why it does what it does.
Nope. There's no explanation for the cause.
No, there's no explanation for the cause, but we know what it does, we know the effects it has, and we can use it to our advantage. And that's why Newtonian physics works very well when you put in a bloody rocket in space. It works. It's why we still teach it in school, because it works. It's when you get into interstellar things that it doesn't work, but that's where Einstein came along and said, yeah, look, it's this. But Newton works very well when we're talking on the relatively small scale when it comes to, the universe. Our doorstep, the solar system, it all works very well. That's why we use it. If
Okay,
it didn't
guys,
work, we would use it.
Let me officially, because I asked Ari Lemonbird to talk to me tomorrow, like a one-on-one like this, and maybe then open panel. But Flat Earth Data is here, and I want to invite Flat Earth Data. Flat Earth Data tomorrow, or if you can't tomorrow, let me know a day when you and me can have a talk, a one-on-one discussion, just you and me, for 1 or 2 hours, whatever you think. What do you think, Flat Earth Data? You up for talking to me?
Sure,
Like
buddy.
a bro to bro, bro to bro.
Sure.
Yeah, man. What do you think? Around what time? Do you think this time in the afternoon or a little earlier?
Earlier is better for me.
Earlier is better because right now it's gonna be 7 p.m. Do you think like 2 or 3 p.m.?
Sure.
Perfect. Well, we can do it over here. Same on Discord or Google Meets, however you want. Discord.
Discord's fine.
Yeah. So we'll do like a 4 p.m. Then when I wrap this, I'm about to wrap this up shortly. In maybe an hour or two, I'll do a little thumbnail. I'll schedule it and I'll send you a link so you can have the scheduled time. And yeah, early I'll holler you like an hour before the show to make sure that it's a go.
Sounds good.
Cool. And then then we can talk. Like I cannot run away on these questions you're gonna ask me. I said like, no, let somebody else answer. No, I'm stuck with you. So I'll be put in to test. I like that, man.
Sounds good, bud.
Hails to the yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about a few more minutes, 10 or 15 more minutes, and we'll wrap it up. We'll do final thoughts.
Hey, Flat Earth Data. What causes the apparent conjunction of the sky and ground?
Angles of light to the human eye.
To the human eye. What does the human eye have anything to do with that?
Has anything to do with angles of light?
Well, no. How does all that culminate into the convergence of the sky and ground?
Any object into the center focal point of your vision will converge depending on the distance to it. You can do this with practical examples. Take any focal point position, put two objects in it, move away from it, it will converge. So the way the field array of light that we live in, being that we measure everything in Euclidean, which would imply that everything is straight lines and angles. Therefore, theoretically, you could deduce these subtended angles of light that end up foreshortening and compressed into the neutral point of our eye.
So
fixed distance, right?
If you do it
It's relative to the object. So here's an example, and this is irrefutable and demonstratable. Just as I can take two fingers and have one above your neutral point, one below your below your neutral point as I'm standing in front of you, and as I will move away from you, my hand above my hand will appear to converge, but there's actually no magnitude there. There's no measurable conjunction, convergence, nothing. It's an optical illusion is what it is. There's nothing to be measured at the point of perspective because it's just an optical convergence.
I didn't say anything about perspective.
You don't have enough optical resolution to differentiate between the two objects, basically.
Because here's the thing, the same consequence happens when you look at your fingerprints. So you're really not hold on. This is addressed to flat Earth data. So you're really not giving me any explanation other than it gets
So I
flow
gave
rate.
you a demonstration. Here's something you can do mathematically.
I
Okay.
just gave you
So
one
you want
too.
to?
Look at the
Yeah, yeah. You want to?
fingerprints.
Here's. Yeah, you gave fingerprints. I can give you practical demonstrations. So go take a circle and draw whatever inches you want, and take the diameter measurement, times it by 3,000, and move it away from your vision. It'll be a mathematical perspective point where the object will appear to converge into a point, meaning the circle of diameter doesn't actually enclose on itself. There won't be anything measurable there because it's just based on optical effect due to the eye, right?
Yeah, but you know that that's simply because of the way that our eye is evolved and designed. It's to do with the resolution that your eye is able to resolve. Whereas
So
other
we have
animals like
angles.
eagles,
We
let me
have
finish. Let me finish. Other animals like eagles can see a rabbit on the ground from hundreds of feet in the air, and you wouldn't even know there's a rabbit there. So their eyes have got better vision than us. Why have they evolved to better vision? Because they need it for survival. We have the resolution in our eyes because that's all we need for what we need it for. So it's, you can talk angles all you want, but it's basically down to the physical structure that we have inside the eye.
Yeah, the only way to get a convergence point is to have straight lines. That's the only way to get a convergence optical thing. You can't have bendy lines converge. It's only straight lines that converge. That's why we have an apparent junction, apparent convergence, right? And that's why everything is Euclidean. It can be delineated as Euclidean from the observer's height to the position of the horizon. There's never
So
any
man, you're just talking world now, but basically it's down to
No,
resolution.
I'm talking reality, observable empirical reality.
Yeah, but it's down to the physical resolution of our eyes. It's got nothing to do with your Euclidean stuff because other animals have got better eyes than us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
So when a boat goes over the curve, we call it, and disappears bottom up, the boat's just disappearing into this convergence
So
point.
there's a foreshortening effect, an optical illusion where the angle of light will appear to rise up into the neutral point. You can zoom in on this because telephoto zoom lens will create a barrel compression plus this foreshortening effect, which, if you don't know, it's just the finer point of the subtended angle of light, the bottom angle that is compressed along the ground, rising up into one angle, compressing everything into a neutral point or a vanishing line. Now, with an optical camera, you can demonstrate these foreshortened effects. You're still going to reach a maximum. You're still going to reach a maximum angle point. You're still going to reach a maximum angle point based on an optical effect.
Shortening.
Well, I look forward.
The distance is.
I look forward to seeing his paper and his write-up on his method. Meanwhile, I went out and measured the curve over Houghton Lake today. Video this week.
Okay, so do yourself a favor, Bob. Please add a secondary and a viewer into your observations. Okay, so if you really want to get definitive answers, the mathematical representation of your model should be repeatable at various heights at the same time, right?
We can be the viewers when he uploads the video.
So if you're going to if you're always going to stick to one observer, you can have your compartmentalized argument all you want.
Okay.
That argument is destroyed when you add in multiple observers.
So I was gonna same thing. You know what I mean? So
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example, boys. Okay. So if we're looking at one compartmentalized view of a photograph of something long lens where you're claiming Earth curvature along one axis. In the present moment of analyzing that footage, there is also another observer along the other axis looking linear and him too seeing curvature over a distance. But none of these multiple observers are added into these compartmentalized debates because you would lose very easily and easily demonstrated and corroborated.
But my point of the boat, after it goes over and like it's halfway obstructed, so I get a camera and zoom in on it, and I can see the boat better, but it's still obstructed, just like it was without.
Yeah, so objects in the foreground, that are smaller, that are below the eye line, can be refracted and foreshortened upward into the neutral point of the optics. This is demonstratable by yourself. You can take this and draw it orthographically to see the effect optically, or to see the non-effect optically, so you can understand what's going on. You can have a smaller object appear to rise up and block the bottom of the larger object in the background. You can demonstrate this with optics. Just
And
take,
see,
let me finish, please. So I demonstrated on my channel. It's easily to do, and you will see. Yes, I did. And when you demonstrate it, all you have to do is, because between the short distances that I'm demonstrating, it only compounds the effect the farther away the demonstration is. In other words, yeah, you're going to have to lean into some imagination to project the effect over a longer distance. The point is, the effect is repeatable at small distance, and the consistency or the follow through between one position and the other is constant. In other words, you can continuously see the same effect depending on the distance from the viewer and the height and the objects in the foreground and the background to that observer. So you can see the effects increase over longer distances. In other words, what increases? The rising of the ground, the converging of the two objects. And then when you add in telephoto zoom lens, you're going to increase the foreshortened effect, which is a compression, essentially a shortening effect, if you will, which will squish things together. Plus, you'll also have that. Hold on. Plus, you'll also have.
Let him finish, guys. Let him finish, guys. Let him finish, guys.
Out and words.
Plus,
Learning all
you'll-
over again.
Let him finish.
you will always have the object in the foreground appear to rise up and converge onto the object in the background, appearing to block the bottom of it as you move away. You can demonstrate yourself, copy my video that's online, draw it orthographically. There is no way that smaller, the claim is there's no way that a smaller object will rise up into the convergence point, be able to block the bottom of the object in the background. That's
No
false.
one said it. No,
I demonstrated.
no
So
one
hold
said
on.
it.
So hold on. So I demonstrated.
No,
So
you've talked long
you
enough.
go-
Let me just
Hold
ask
on.
you something. Did you have
Guys, I
multiple
want to wrap
observers
this
in your
up
video?
in a good way. I want to wrap
So
this
hold
up
on.
in a good term, and I really need to wrap it up. But I really don't want to leave everybody hanging and just say bye to YouTube in the background. I want to say thank you for being here, and I please 30 seconds, everybody. There's a lot of people. If everybody do 30 seconds final thoughts, then you guys can stay for as long as you want. And then tomorrow around 3 p.m., I say around 3 p.m., I'm gonna schedule it. I'll think about the time tomorrow. And Flutter Data, I'll send you a link on the YouTube schedule. You let me know if that time is good, or we can switch it 1 hour later or before. So for those watching tomorrow, early afternoon in Florida time, Flutter Data and myself, we're going to have a one-on-one discussion for an hour or two, and then we'll open the panel like we did today with HelioSkeptic, like we did a few days ago with Try Thinking, just me and him. So he's going to have time to explain himself. He's going to have a lot of time to let us know, what's up, and hopefully I'll get time to explain myself if I got any explanation, or is he's going to beat me up and make me look like a ridicule tomorrow live. Then we gotta tune in and we shall see. Beard the Devil, final thoughts. Let me go alphabetical order, please, everybody. Hang in there. Your turn will come. Bearded. All right, Bro Alim. Final thoughts.
Flirts are funny. The end. Boom.
Bro Freeze. Final thoughts.
Earth's not flat, bro.
Bro the Magnificent. Final thoughts.
Quite liking this new format. It was a bit crap last week, but this one was excellent. The guy's a fucking nutter, but apart from that, yeah.
Thank you. Bro Larry's 94. Final thoughts.
Yet again, another show, and yet again, no evidence.
Bro Extremesis. Final thoughts.
I got nothing.
Listen to this boring name, Shike. Ha! Final thoughts. You got to add a bro there, bro. Shike.
Forgot. Sorry. No. First, you need to time out time. I mean, Flat Earth Data, because he would not shut up until he'd been shut up. And second, he keep talking about foreshortening, which he has no clue what it is. Yes, objects that are 90 degrees to you do not have foreshortening. End of story.
All right. I'm about to change this name to Flat Bro Data. Final thoughts.
Yeah. The fundamental thing with foreshortening is that it appears to compress the angle of the angle to the object. It happens horizontally and vertically as demonstrated. This is why you have the apparent object that is quite smaller below the observer's eye line appear to rise up and block the object in the background. If you draw it orthographically, there's no way that tiny little object will will actually rise up orthographically, blocking the object in the background. And demonstrate, you can draw this out yourself and then demonstrate it. There is an optical convergence point that you guys have to be aware of. Anyway, thanks, Jose. We'll look forward to tomorrow. So,
Hell yeah, man! It's gonna be fun because it's gonna be just a personal one, like one-on-one, and I know it's gonna be very. It's gonna be laid back and relaxed. Looking forward for it, man. All right, left bro lane. Final thoughts.
Left lane, bro. Hey, I didn't get to the conclusion of my point about the boat disappearing bottom up, and as it moves away, it continues to increasingly be obstructed. But what is the funny part about it, and I've never gotten an explanation for this, is the top of that boat appears to drop to your eye level as if the ship is going downhill as it moves away from you. And I've not got a good explanation for that yet. Thanks, Jose. Great show.
can I just answer him real quick? So something he can demonstrate. For
All right,
himself?
try to make it really quick. Yeah.
Listen,
Make it
listen,
make it quick, right?
You have to understand. So there is vanishing points, right? There is, whether you like to admit it or not, there is apparent rising of the ground that has a vanishing neutral point. What those places are is a compacted amount of information compressed into a point. You still have a limited angle to objects in the foreshortening, or due to foreshortening and refraction, that will have still an angle cutoff. Now, if you're looking at observations at certain heights up on the shore, that angle is at that maximum neutral point refracted into it, and any object that will pass that point will appear to converge down. Now, how do you demonstrate that? Well, you have to, first of all, understand how a vanishing point or a neutral line happens. It is the point of information that has been foreshortened, compressed, and it has objects in the foreground that will block up objects in the background, bottom up. You can take a piece of paper and a camera and put your camera on the table and have that piece of paper reach that neutral point of that camera. When you do that, any object
college here, what's going on?
I'm just giving him a practical experiment.
Yeah,
now,
you said you'd be quick. You know what I mean?
First, don't interrupt. Don't interrupt. He got 10 more seconds.
I'm almost done. So the point is you're obviously, you obviously have a supposition of what's happening at the neutral point of the eye, but we know that objects in the foreground can block objects in the background. Under that impression, all you're simulating is the apparent rising of the ground to the neutral point of the eye, which is that piece of paper. Now, when you do that, an object past that neutral point will appear like it's going down over a hill. So this is something you can demonstrate for yourself, but you definitely have to have the supposition that it's appearing to go into a neutral point, an angle, a maximum angle due to optical illusion, and then everything is going down because the distances are really, really small.
We got to wrap it up, man. Thank you.
Right? So anyway, that's what it is. So anyway, you can do that yourself with that supposition with a camera.
Left Bro Lane, thank you for your final thoughts. Sean Bro Smith, final thoughts. He probably busy out there. And we got a final thoughts from Mr. Bro. He say, bro. Thank you, Mr. Bro. Tears, bro. Final thoughts.
Yeah, how you doing, Jose? I think Flat Bro Data is just like a mere boring version of Lemonbird, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I thought we were all sitting in a lecture room there in some, flat Earth convention center. Also, he said you can test all this out yourself with a camera, and then earlier on he jumped on Bob saying, well, you can't have just one viewer, you've got to have multiple viewers. I guarantee he's not got multiple viewers in the evidence he's got on his website or whatever, his YouTube channel. It's just going to be him looking through a camera. So he just goes over and over all the time, contradicting himself and stuff. He's no better than a very poor version of women.
I actually have
Hey,
topography
I'm
data
talking,
shot with
Yeah,
satellites.
let's not interrupt him. We got one more person. I gotta go, please.
I'm going to be very quick. He's a very poor version of Wimberg, and please bring Wimberg back. He was entertaining rather than this guy. I'm done.
Thank you. And the Stingray. Thank you for coming. I mean, great to hear you, Stingray. Final thoughts?
Yes. Yeah, no, the other guy that was on, I missed the debate, but the other guy that was on, he actually did seem okay. Flat Earth Data seems pretty mellow as well, but I just want to point out something about snake oil salespeople. What they used to do is they used to tour around, and they started inventing words and compounding things when the explanations were incredibly simple. But if anybody got hold of the explanations that were simple, they wouldn't have been able to sell the idea because it was just fluff, basically. So obviously things like foreshortening and convergence angles, these are all fine, but what Flat Earth Data is saying is just basically covered under perspective, which only has one single rule. Double the distance, half the size. Very easy to figure out there. Now, the foreshortening effect does not put anything in front. And the brilliant way that you can test this is you can get a flat object, a plank, and look down it to see if it's true. Put something on the end of the plank, and if it is true, you will always be able to see the end of it. Convergence should work. The other thing that you'll hear is angles. Well, angle is relative to something. What are you measuring the angle of? Oh, the light. Well, great. All light comes into your eye at varying different angles. That's brilliant. How do we measure? Oh, it's the middle of your eye. It's optics. Optics does it. Great. Why don't you look up slightly? Does that change anything? No. So it's not relative to the eye. This magic light must be relative to the ground.
Your comedy script is pretty good, buddy. Keep going. Keep trading it out. You're almost there.
Wow.
Hey, thank you very much, the Stingray. It was excellent to see you. Everybody on YouTube land, check on the links on the description box. The first top links under the description box are HelioSkeptic channel, so holler at him, subscribe, check when he upload the video, leaving a feedback, support content creators. Tomorrow, early afternoon, Flat Earth Data and me will have a one-on-one discussion. And everybody, be safe out there. Jose JG out. Boom!